this how you make a living. All this bodega tripping, fuck it, we can't take it with us. Every time I stand up, the motherfucking room just spinning. But I promise my niggas tonight we gon' make it lit. I've been smoking that good shit. I know you a diva, but tonight I need hoodness. Go a couple rounds with me deep in your goodness. Leaving my Tim's on, we fuck on some hood shit. And I remember you saying that your ex back. I don't even stress that, baby, I get less that. See you read my text, I'm just waiting for the text back. I could bend your legs back, let a nigga bless that. I think it's gon' be one of them nights. Drunk text and hoping you slide. If you come and bring some to light. Oh, yeah. I feel my way, so cut off the lights. Rough sex like who wanna fight? Let's bring the snuff in the life. Oh, yeah. Latian, yo, Akino. Gal, your outfit, back it up. Me no deal with Babylon, but me want go and lock it up. Choke it up and jam it up. Ram it up and jack it up. When me done, me bust a pot of banana and hack it up. Me can't lie, me love it when you're there around me. You're cool and no loud and no crowd me. That bossy. After this, we take a trip down our Maui. To show your man real and I don't play. So who the panties about to drop for? Penthouse on the top floor. You was in my top 5, you just beat the top 4. You know I'm a smoke good. Bottles we can pop more. I just called the Uber X so you could get dropped off. I think it's gon' be one of them nights. Drunk text and hoping you slide. If you come and bring some to light. Oh, yeah. I feel my...
Yeah, because it say with Mr. Stucky. We gotta definitely change it.
Make a pause. Y'all ready to go in?
I'm ready to go in.
You are? You got a strap?
Fistful.
Oh, fistful of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Make a nigga holla.
Ow.
All right, so we in, yo. Pause.
I feel it. Let's go.
This one of them.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So welcome to another episode of A Gentleman and a Pimp. Of course, myself, Certified Lover Banks. Across from me, Pico.
Pico Smith.
Last week it was Jenkins. It's a lot of...
I'm black, dog. I'm blackity black. And
I thought you was going to get Williams.
To the right of me, the lovely Simone.
Good evening, guys.
How you doing? Always produced by the legendary Tuna Fish and Crackers Productions.
What you doing?
What just happened?
Microphone was buried.
He ain't got his microphone in his drawers.
The bullet, but that came all fuzzy.
And tonight we got a special guest with us tonight. Former rapper, now one of the best photographers in the city, I might say. My man Sean Lassiter. What's going on, my man?
Hey, man, I'm just happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
My man Smooth with it.
Working on my quiet storm voice, you know what I'm saying?
And nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Good. So what you got going on, my man? What's up?
First, like give us a little bit of your history. Like you were a rapper. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm bad at this, man. So I'm a former recording artist. Signed to Rough Riders Entertainment. Put out some music with the group Larceny. It's my group. Was my group. You know, retired and decided I just wanted to take pictures, man. It was just way more safe. Mm-hmm. Money came quicker. You know what I'm saying? It's good luck.
Mm-hmm. So how long you been a photographer?
Man, so I transitioned out the music business back in 2009. So that was at the Cass last large commercial album, which was Bars. So from after 2009, it was kind of like, all right, well, you know, I didn't have my freedom just moving around doing what I wanted to do, like just as a fucking human. It was like, all right, I ain't about to go sit in a cubicle or some shit, right? So it's like, all right, well, what else was I into? So I was taking photos like my whole life, like the whole time, just, you know, on the road, studio and all that. Like I always had a camera and all that, you know what I'm saying? So I just transitioned into that, man. It was like an easy thing to transition into, and I just decided to turn it into a business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I ask you, like I asked the other photographers that we had on,
Oh boy.
do you get any requests for, pay for services in other ways?
Wait a minute. This man is married.
Nah, it's cool though. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
listen,
This,
I keep, look, so
this
I,
real.
I keep it like
He don't gotta take the services, but
True. You're right. You're right.
so like just coming from the music business, like I didn't seen and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm with like X and a lot like at the peak of their game. Right? So like everything's being thrown at you. So it's like by the time I get to photography and shit, like shit is strictly business with me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if it ain't about like bread,
You ain't gonna-
yeah, like I'm not.
So you
I
had
keep it-
enough vagina.
he didn't say.
I had enough fun.
He didn't
I
say
had
that.
enough fun to last.
He
like
did not say that.
I know.
I had enough fun to last like a few lifetimes. You know what I'm saying?
See, my question was right on par,
Yeah, we
and
not-
then here you come with the foolishness.
Sorry.
All right, so real quick, so like,
Uh,
so being that young and like being around X and all them, like how was that for you being your age? You know what I mean? And
it was like when you first when you're aspiring to get in the business, like the shit is like real mysterious and all that. It's like you seeing a magician do a magic trick, and that shit you like wow, like you know what I'm saying. And then you get in that shit and you see how they doing the magic trick, and you like
That's trash.
this shit different. You know what I'm saying? It's like so yeah. Like once when I first got there, you seeing everybody that you love. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody right there, everybody accessible, everybody popping up in any different moment. But you see that them niggas just regular people.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just TV just make that shit look good, right? And then when you start dealing with like the business and all that, you know what I'm saying, all the behind the scenes shit, like you be like, yeah, I don't know, this shit no different from the streets, this shit no different from, you know what I mean? Just regular shit. But it was cool to see. Like it was definitely cool to see. Like it was a lot of perks. You know what I'm saying? Just being
30s.
Oh,
yeah, there's definitely a lot of perks, like just being around. Like, you ain't had to do a lot of
There's
work.
pills laying around.
You ain't had to do a lot of work, like for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like as far like in my time music, like I didn't probably took down like some of the
Speak on it.
it's a safe
Yeah,
space.
like-
In Jesus.
this ain't safe. This going on the internet. Like
This ain't
some
safe.
of the
this nigga said in
this shit
Jesus'
is
name.
live, right? Like, some of the like most like beautiful women, you know what I'm saying?
We
It's in
know
my
'em?
travels.
Famous
I will-
Jones.
I'm not gonna get into that. Like,
Okay.
But
I
like,
respect it.
you know what I'm saying? Like it had like you got the opportunity to do that, whereas like you might be
Because it's nothing like you like you said, everybody's accessible. So
everybody's accessible. Like
it's just like
it
they
don't
like
matter.
a regular joint on the street at that point.
Right. Right.
Listen, I could walk because I'm standing next to this nigga and he
Right.
the nigga, and you want to be around a nigga. I can actually walk up to you and be like, "Yo, what's up?" Like, nigga walk by, do something, and like, "Yo, you hate that shit, don't you?" Right? Like, spark a conversation, get you a drink, and next thing you know,
Yams.
you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you. You still, because I see you. I follow you. I see what you post. You still have some, interaction with like Swiss Beats and stuff like that. So do you go to those events as a friend of everybody, but also do you? It looks like you take pictures as well, or do your photography there as well.
So it depends on what we doing. Like, like they basically family. Everybody over there, him, his wife, and so like sometimes they just have shit going on. I just pop up, but I'm always taking my camera. Like,
Right, okay.
Like the stuff that I do now is the same shit I was doing back in the day. Like we here, nigga, getting this picture real quick. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
snap. But then there's other stuff that they pull that I'll get pulled into to
That's dope.
work like on an official level.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So you love it.
Yeah, listen, man, it's the safest shit. Like, this shit safer than hip hop, man. Like, only shooting that's going on around. You know?
They got a
camera.
lens on it.
You done a couple photo shoots for me. You did my one back in like 2017.
Oh, yeah,
The motorcycle one with that Harley.
Cycle with the graffiti
That
and all
joint,
that.
yeah, that one was really dope.
You was naked.
No,
Nah, she had her leather shit on. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had some leather
A
shit.
brassiere, a leather.
I had on
brassiere?
like a lace lingerie like
Oh.
bodysuit, a
Where did-
black
where did you
leather
put
jacket.
that?
Yeah.
I still got them. I gotta look back in my phone.
Where
I'm
they
sure.
at?
Yeah, she was in the bag.
Send them in the group chat.
And I had on like these knee boots and stuff.
Yeah, put them in the group chat.
The guy I was dealing with at the time, he had a Harley.
Yeah,
and it was
pulled the Harley out. He was happy to pull a Harley.
Yeah, it's orange.
That shit was nice too.
Yeah, it was orange. That's my favorite color. It just fit, like,
Right.
It worked out. And he wound up being in it too. Remember, we put him in a photo shoot too.
He made the cut.
Yeah.
He made the cut.
Because he happened to come with like all black and a black leather jacket, so it kind of fit what we was doing.
Nigga
so
knew what he was doing.
right,
Nigga lined up. He's like, "Yo, what you wearing?"
right. He did. You know what? He did ask me what I was wearing.
Are you wearing black?
All right, I'm gonna come with the same shit on.
He got that planned out for sure.
Yeah, but it turned out really, really nice. I got a lot of feedback and compliments on that. And then you also did a photo shoot about a year or two. It's been 2 years, maybe.
It's been 2 years for the was it Love Jones.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the wine. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of positive feedback from that as well. So you're very dope at what you do. Your work is
man.
awesome.
I'm just like, when like with the music, like just like I get paid for shit that I did 18, 20 years ago.
Right.
Like sometimes, the checks are nice. Sometimes they pennies, but it's like I did the work 18 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and that was just, thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So like with photography, it's just really, it's the same thing. It's like intellectual, probably you just kind of creating something. And like, maybe right now, like, these photos just live on like your Instagram or, what have you. But like this podcast pop off, I do a photo shoot of y'all right now. This podcast pop off and y'all become like some of the biggest people in media. And 50 years from now, they doing a documentary on y'all, right? Like when they go to pull photos, they gonna have to holler at me or they gonna have to holler at my kids.
Right.
For the rights to, what I'm saying? For the rights that like actually license them and use them, right? So like when you understand, like I understood music and how I operated the business side. So it's the same thing like with photography, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. I was watching an interview with Jason Weaver, and I didn't know he did the songs for The Lion King. And I guess his mom had restricted his deal with Disney, where he would get paid residuals forever.
Yeah.
They tried to give him like $2 million, and that was it.
Yeah, they gonna try to cash you out.
And they were like, no, and his mom like, no, we don't want that.
Yeah.
No, he get paid every time the songs come on. They
get a check
every time. I'm like, damn, that was kind of smart of him.
So like
to do that.
I co-wrote a song with Eve and Jadakiss called "Got It All," right? So I wrote the hook for that joint. Like I had 25% of the song, right? I didn't get paid to write it. Like we was just all in the studio one day and they played the beat. I was like, yo, you got a hook for that? Like, because I'm fishing, I'm trying to get shit done. You got a hook for that? Wrote the hook. They used it. The shit ended up being a single. Fast forward, maybe like 5 years later, I get a call from Universal, like, yo, we've been trying to get in contact with you. We got a check for you. So I'm thinking they're going to send me a check for like, a couple thousand. Man, that shit was like 100,000.
Damn.
Like, straight up.
Oh, damn.
Like,
That sounds like the industry you want to still be in.
nah, so like when you go in the industry and you know the business, it's more difficult for you, right? Like, so most artists, like you'll hear a lot of artists, complaining about like being taken advantage of, right? Like after, like they sign their deals, they being taken advantage of. Like I got into the business knowing the business.
Right.
Like I was 14, 15 reading the books. Like my manager, one of my first managers was William Hart of the Delphonics, the lead singer. They got fucked over back in the day. So he taught us about publishing. He taught us about all that shit. So I got into the game. Like when niggas was like, yo, I'll give you, 25,000 for your publishing, right? Like you 19, you hear 25,000. You like, all right, yo, give me 25,000, nigga, right? But I understood the lifetime value of a one hit record. Like the for the copyright, a one hit record, maybe like early 2000s might have been like fucking, I'll just say 3 million, right? So you give me 25,000, right? For 50% of my publishing, I'm basically giving you 1.5 million, right? Now that's just one song. Right. I know I got, like, if y'all do what y'all supposed to do, I got a career worth of songs. That's the best investment in your fucking life, right? Like, but for me, it's not an investment. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad investment. So, like, all right, if y'all niggas give me 10 million, if y'all roll the dice and give me 10 million, then maybe I'll give you 50% because there's a good chance that you ain't gonna get the 10 million back, right? But 25,000, it's like, nah, you're not getting me like with that one. Like, I I struck like when we. That was one of my arguments with, not my arguments, but one of my, like when we went to negotiate our deal with Rough Riders, that was like one of the things that I wouldn't bend on was the publishing. I'm like, yo, I didn't ask them for $10 million. I was like, yo, just give us like, 300,000 each, right? It was 3 of us in the group. Give us 300,000 each. And then, we roll the dice, right? It still was a bad deal, but it was still better than 30,000 each. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So like, we retained our publishing. You know what I'm saying? So like, but then you're not valuable to like a Interscope, who's like the parent company because they don't
make no bread off of you.
Yeah. So like when Rough Rider starts to get dissolved, they looking at who they got the publishing deals with, right? Oh, we got the shit with Eve, we got it with the Locks, we got it with this person, that person. We don't got y'all on the publishing side, so it's like, we can't do nothing with y'all.
That's dope. I just learned a lot.
Yeah, it's
grimy business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just definitely the streets, bro.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it, every business is kind of like that. You get taken advantage of when you don't know what you don't know. So, but I think on the record label, it's on it's on a much higher scale. The numbers is crazy.
Man, we all grew up watching the fucking 5 Heartbeats, the Temptations. Like, we've all watched that shit. It's the same story over and over. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you seen it once, you see it. Like, those stories are still, like, that shit happens over and over. Like, how many times we need to see it before a nigga, like...
Yeah, like, Rocky don't own, Rocky. Well, Sylvester Stallone don't own Rocky. So he don't... I guess he sold the rights, so it's like he ain't had no say so with like Creed and nothing like that.
But the last Creed, was it just all of them?
No, since Rocky, all those Rockies. I think he wrote it, and I think he sold it to
so they could go and take.
Oh, he wrote the movie?
He wrote it, directed it, and then but I think he sold it on the first joint.
Yeah, and so they could take and rewrite. They could take and bring somebody else to like because they own this shit now.
Kick you out of it.
That's why he not in Creed. He not in Creed 3 because of that.
And cut you a check. To be like, yo, you want to come in and do a cameo? Mm-hmm. But it's like, yeah, shit.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yo, the shit crazy,
I'm
man.
pissed.
Well, you sold it.
You got to do your research.
Yeah, that's what Sean's saying. You got to be smarter than that. Yeah.
But, man, let's say no longer own this. Some type of fashion. You know what that means. You be so hungry for the money, you be like, fuck.
Nah, and the wording... Because wording is very important. Like, you look at a contract, like, I was taught how to read contracts. How do I get in? How do I get out? How do I get paid? Like, so that's how I'm reviewing contracts. But you'll have attorneys, they'll literally go through the contract line by line, and every word needs to be dissected because one word will change the whole complexion of that whole paragraph. Yeah. So you think you got the whole joint figured out, you miss one word, and it's like, nah, nigga, it said not. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm about to get nigga. You're not getting nothing.
Yeah,
so
some word in like perpetuity, like you don't even perpetuity or some shit. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Right? Like you go to dictionary,
property. Like they'll put stuff in there that you as a 19-year-old you're not gonna know what that stuff means, and you're not gonna get an attorney to read it because he probably gonna be in on it trying to get in your pockets too. So yeah, you definitely can get jacked.
Attorney, well, so like in hindsight, even the deal that I signed was bad.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't like the deal that everybody else signed that was bad, right? Like even with
a
me
less
knowing
bad deal.
It was a less bad deal, but my lawyer, because so you get lawyers that'll sacrifice you for a relationship.
Yeah.
Like my lawyer was from Philly. You know what I'm saying? I know him because I had multiple deals like when I was younger. So I used him for my first deal. So I used him for the second deal. But the second deal just happened to be with a label that, got a budget of 100 and something million with one of the biggest artists that just dropped 2 albums.
To them.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you should sign this. It's an opportunity, right? But it's like, nigga, 10 out like when a joint got 10 options in it, when a contract for one album, then you got like 7 to 10 options. That's a lifetime. That's a lifetime you know what I'm saying? Like that shit could be 20, 30 years. Like that's what Diddy had like Mason. He had him in a drink with like 10 options. Right? So I could determine, like you might think, all right, well, I could drop an album twice a year. No, you can't drop albums twice. You're gonna drop the albums when I say you're gonna drop the albums. right? So if I say you drop an album once every 6 years, nigga, I got you for 60 years. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a
cold world.
Yeah, shit
Cold
crazy,
game.
man. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so like when you get in there and then you like, so that's just like, that's the business side. And then when you dealing with hip hop, so I'm dealing with street culture. Like I come from street culture. I'm from Philly, Logan, South Philly. You know what I'm saying? I done did like I don't, you know, I'm in a space where I don't even really like talk about the shit that I come up in. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I did, or, you know what I mean, in my time. Like, but you know, you could imagine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if a nigga did it in the city, if a nigga lived in the city and did some shit, like, you know, but the goal for me was always to kind of like get away from that shit, right? Like you think you get in this shit, you get to traveling, like you doing you in hip hop, right? Like so you around other street niggas, right? Like my whole label was street niggas, like the niggas that owned it, street niggas, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that they around, street niggas, right? Like when you going from city to city, you're not playing, you know what I'm saying, the large stadiums, nigga, you in the clubs, like the in the streets, right? You going to Ohio, you dealing with gang culture. You go to Cali, you dealing with gang culture. You going to Chicago, you dealing with a bunch of shit. So it's like, now I got to be fucking strategic. We going over here to go do a show to pick up 30, 40 grand. Niggas got $200,000 worth of jewelry. I got 10 niggas with me. I got to try to figure out how to get niggas in and out with everything that we came with and not leave somebody and not get left at the same time. Like, that shit just become way too much to think about. Like,
so let me ask you a question. With all these gang niggas around, how is it that these record execs not getting touched? So they burning niggas left and right.
And be scared of, yo, you know what's crazy? Like, the college niggas, the geek niggas and all that, like, they the gangsters. It ain't nowhere it's gonna go on my record that a college nigga robbed me in contract. And I'm a street nigga. Like, yo, that nigga stole nigga. All right, if you stole my rights for something that was going to go to my kids, I know niggas that got laid for less. I didn't risk my freedom. I used to sell crack at one point in my life, and I stood on a block. I didn't risk my freedom for less. Right? So it's like, I'm gonna go in, but like that whole like niggas just be talking. Like they don't really be about it. Like,
right.
Not like that. Like, cause if you really stand on it, niggas be like, yo, I'm the mob, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a boss. Like if you really on that, like if you really stand on principle, it don't matter who the fuck it is. If you taking from me, you taking from me. We gotta get it right.
Right.
Like period. You know what I'm saying? So like when I be hearing certain, you can't be a G and say nigga stole from you. Like I don't give a fuck who it is. Jay-Z, fucking Lear Cohen, like nigga, I'm gonna run down on you, even if it's just to put hands on you. Like something's gotta happen. I don't give a fuck if you got security. Like if a nigga took $1 out your pocket, like if you had money hanging out your pocket and the nigga went to go take $1, you gonna let the nigga take $1 out your pocket? You not gonna let it happen. Like you going unless you a suck. You know what I'm saying? Like you not taking nothing from my kids that's gonna feed my kids 20 years from now, 30 years from now, and I'm gonna just let it happen and just, you know, go on fucking a podcast or a radio show and talk about it. And then be like, yo, I'm the gangstest nigga in the world, or, you know, go shoot a nigga for some random shit, or stab a nigga for some random shit, or beat a nigga up for some random shit. When you just took the wealth of my, you know what I'm saying, for my future, for the next generation, like, away from me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, yeah. So, like, that's where my principles stand at. So it's like, that's the reason why I can't be in that business. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I can't allow that to happen. Like, I'm conscious of it. I can't allow it to happen. I'm peaceful, but I'm nothing to play with at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, I couldn't allow that.
Get this camera work, my man.
I'm so listen, this is way safer.
Right.
It's way safer. Like, ain't nobody arguing with me. Like, ain't nobody trying to rob me for pictures. Like, you know, like, it's not happening. Like, niggas,
y'all just need to know y'all better have that man money when he send them proofs.
Right. Drop the.
I get paid before I go in the studio.
Right.
True. You want that deposit, and then you want the balance before it happens.
Listen, I'm paid. I get the deposit before I get there, and the day of, I get paid. So all I got to do is deliver. And I'm going to always deliver. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, like we're not doing it the other way. Like, it's got to.
You're not one of them.
Yeah.
People say.
So when you get into the like the music business, like you start to see this shit and you like, yeah, I can't take too much of that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking it from no white dude, a Jew, like black dude, and nobody in between, Asian. Like I don't have no picks. I can't go home to my kids and you know what I'm saying, and ain't bring what was supposed to come home. Like it's not happening. Like I ain't let nobody do it in the streets. I'm not letting nobody doing it in business. Like the business music. The business is supposed to be safe. So it's like, can you imagine like going to work and the motherfucker having you work all week and then you don't get your paycheck?
It happens.
It definitely happens.
It definitely happens.
I'm beating my boss the fuck up.
Yeah, them people be
At
doing
minimum.
it. They be telling them like, listen, we gonna make it right in 2 weeks. When you get
I'm
paid, you gonna
I
have double
have
the
seen
money.
that happen. Yeah.
Then you gotta wait.
All right, so if y'all had a clerical error, cool. But I'm just saying, like, I put 2 weeks worth of work in,
Right.
and then you like, yo, we not paying you for the work. Like,
Oh yeah, that's a.
it's going down.
That's a little different.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all made a clerical error and you know,
And they
all right,
saying
cool,
now we ain't giving you nothing.
we ain't paying you for the work,
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a wrap.
that's different. Yeah.
nigga. You think you walk like I gotta get it in something. I need some blood out your lip. I need a black eye. I need something. I need
We're
to.
like, well, you was stealing trash bags from the company. What? You was taking trash bags. We
See-
seen it.
See,
We
but
seen what you was
that's where
doing.
you. So when you operating on principle, like you're not stealing trash bags, right? I'm gonna come straight up. So you gotta come straight up. You know, I'm expecting you to have to come straight up. So if I'm coming to you straight up, like if I'm coming to you and I'm giving you something, you know, direct, like with music, I write something, I want to get paid for what I wrote. Right? Like I ain't take the shit from you. Like I wrote the shit and I gave it to you. You used it. This is business, right? Like it's a transaction. Give me what's mine. I don't want nothing more, nothing less. Right? Like that's what it's got to be when it can't be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had a couple experiences like you know, where people actually stole shit, and it's like, cause I produced too. So, you know, I had a situation where I gave a nigga a beat so he could get on the album. Like outside of me giving a nigga a beat,
Yeah.
his artist had no opportunity to get on the album. Right? I said, that's the only thing I said to the nigga. I said, yo, listen, when you take them to beat, right? They gonna offer you $7,500 because that's what it was at the time.
Yeah.
I don't want the paper. You can have the paper, right? Make sure the credits is right. Make sure the publishing right, because that's where the long term value of the shit is what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, Shiz, I got you, man. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? It's all cool. I just happen to know the niggas that's running the project. So, you know, I tell my manager, I say, yo, listen, I did this on the album. I did that on the album. He like, all right. So, you know, he calling niggas, let him know. Niggas like, nah, you know, such and such said they did that. Word. I could get the CEO on the phone, the nigga that's A&R and this shit, and you on the phone at the same time. So I put everybody on the three-way. Yo, bro, you produced that, John? Yo, I got such and such on the phone. Oh, shit, don't be calling me with that bullshit. Click. Nigga say, yo, you want me to pull it off the album? I said, nah, let him live. Let him have it. He got that for life, right? Like, at this point, like, if I would have pulled it, because they had already did, like, this one, you know, niggas is pressing, like, physical CDs. So, like, they had already did, like, all you know, the paper, you know, print everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that shit was already printed. So, it's like, to pull it is kind of fucking stupid at this point, right? It's like,
It's already out there.
yeah, you bought that, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's for life, though. Right? Like, you don't, you know, I hope it was worth it. And the song went nowhere, so it didn't even really make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even really do nothing. It wasn't like it wasn't even a big fucking record to be, you know what I'm saying? To be stealing. Like, it just got you on the album.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like when you come across that shit, like, and that was somebody I knew, so I was like, damn. You know, if he did some shit like in the streets, like, you know, like I know niggas done got clipped for less. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, but I can't clip niggas in business. I can't find myself in that space all the time where those are got to be these are the choices that we got to deal with. Like, I'm in the music business. Like, I want to make music, you know what I'm saying? Do business and keep it moving. But
That's why you gotta have a long memory. Like I'm in business, so I plot on stuff from 10 years ago. Like, you don't even think I care about it. Nah. I'm coming to get mine.
Nigga, remember when I asked you for some gum?
Yeah.
Nigga,
Yo, I'm petty
nigga, it was
like
just
that,
gum,
dog.
though. Like,
Nah, but
my last piece. Like,
nah, but I'm gonna make it so it's a money move though. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat off of it, and you're not even gonna see me coming. Cause I always act like I'm stupid. Like, I act like I don't know what's going on.
that's
Cause I want to see how you move.
But niggas be way mad. Listen, I believe in being a let be. I ain't trying to change who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're a grimy nigga,
Be great. Yeah.
I am who I am, right? Like, I'm not gonna show my teeth. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't portraying to be, you know, aggressive and this is who I am, right? We all got 0 and 100, you know, but I don't show up at 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to draw that out. But niggas will see that you humble, you chill, and they'll start to show, like, they'll show their aggression just because, like, naturally that's what they used to. I want you to show what you're going to take. I want you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm allowing it to happen. Like, certain shit I just allow to happen. I want you to be, so I got to see who you are. And once I see who you are, like, I'm going to place you over here, and you going to be like, yo, why the fuck you got me over here? Right? Like, niggas be like, yo, why you got me over here? It's that 10 years ago. My memory long. 10 years ago, 10 years back in the day, you did this over here. You showed me your teeth, right? You showed me aggressive. You showed me what you do for $1. I can't put you over here. Like, I'm going to leave you right there.
And I'm gonna still eat off of you while you're over there though. Like, that's how.
Over there,
we
like,
definitely got to eat.
Yeah.
I got to eat off of that.
Why you don't put me in a room with this person? Why you don't do this? Why you don't do that? Nigga, you tried to bite me. Like, I know you definitely gonna try to bite them niggas over there. Like,
You don't even know them niggas.
I'm not putting you over there with them. Like, nah.
Facts.
Like, I don't my name anyway.
Definitely got a story, my man. You ready?
Ready? Oh yeah.
All right, so
Oh, shut up.
I got no segue to the fetishes.
Yeah, no,
that's
it's
what-
no way to segue from what we was
Right.
just talking about to a fetish.
Yeah,
no
so-
way.
Just go straight in.
Just go in raw.
That's the fetish.
yeah, so
Fisting.
Raw is love.
Fisting
now-
is the fetish.
listen,
It's love.
now
Fetish time. Go
yeah,
ahead.
listen. I don't know what's in store with these fetishes, but
This is a basic one. I say that every week. I think this is called somnophilia. What y'all think that means? SOMNO.
What is it?
Somnophilia. SOMNOPHILIA. Any ideas?
no.
Pico Smith, you look like you might know.
Why is he called Pico Smith?
I don't know. I like it for him though. I like it better than Jenkins. But anyway, somnophilia is an erotic.
Oh, hold on. Is it something to do with your sleep?
Good job, my guy. That's why somnophilia.
Oh,
Oh, no, like a sign.
Right.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about the cookies, but go ahead.
Well, insomnia, they make you sleepy. All right, somnophilia is erotic arousal from intruding on a stranger sleeping or waking someone up by touching them sexually.
Yeah, I got that.
But wait,
I got that.
but wait,
Wait, a stranger?
or somebody
Yeah. I got
else that you might know, but while they're asleep, they're unconscious. You sexually maybe.
Assault him.
So yeah, so that's the back
Nah,
side of
it ain't
it.
assault.
Is
You
Yes,
it
just-
it
the
is.
is it the
Just get it
rollover? Like,
It's like hazing people. You stick your
They
penis
said
on
it's
their
also this is molestation and sexual abuse.
I got
If
that
you think about it, if somebody's unconscious and you playing with their member,
They wake up.
if they wake up, they don't know what you're doing. Even if they don't wake up, people are hard sleepers.
so
You ain't
if
see
you're-
that video?
If you're in the bed with your spouse, right, and one of y'all roll over and y'all start fondling another, that shit is abuse.
It is.
It might be.
You ain't consent to that?
Well, they said stranger
I want to be
first.
abused if it's my spouse. Like,
Right.
abuse me in the morning.
Yeah,
You know
if it's my person, definitely like
like, I want
Go
a random
for it.
person.
But wait,
go for it.
I'm still stuck on the stranger part. What do they mean, stranger?
A stranger, somebody you don't know. So
Danger, nigga.
somebody might be asleep on a bus. I don't know.
And you grope them?
You just touch them.
You see
them.
that video where the two dudes was in the truck and dude, he took a hot dog and he rubbed it on Boy's lip, and then
Saw
Boy woke
that
up
shit.
and then he tried to act like he was fixing his pants.
Yeah, I
Oh
saw
yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
I would have snapped.
See, like,
Niggas play too much. That's too much. Like, see,
So it also says it may involve fondling the person or masturbating while watching the person sleep. So you might not only fondle, or you might not
Yeah,
fondle
I
them.
got
You
that.
might masturbate
That's
while
like
they're
jail.
sleeping.
That's jailhouse.
I got that.
that's some
That's
weird
your
shit.
house.
That's jail.
That's
I got
weird.
that, John.
So you take that shower, buddy.
It's
Wait,
over.
what?
Over.
I'm with it though. Like,
You with that?
fondle me while I'm asleep. Wake me up.
Masturbate while you sleep?
Yeah, that's
What if you wake up with a bunch of jizz on your face?
Are you mad?
No, I wouldn't be mad. If it was a stranger, yes. But if it's a person I'm dealing with, no.
It just you
So
asleep.
you
woke
dead
up.
sleep and you wake up just be like,
I might be like, what's this? And if you standing
know
there
what it
hard,
is.
like,
This.
what's that?
What's this? What?
maybe I was
You not gonna
drooling
feel
a
some type of
lot.
way?
I could have been drooling
You
a
gonna feel
lot.
some type of way.
Yeah, baby, I thought about you while you were sleeping and that
Wake me the fuck up so I can participate. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
do feel that way though too. Like wake me up.
You up? You over here having fun and shit. And
I'm a light
asleep.
sleeper, so you would definitely wake me up if you would start at
I'm in a
5.
whole slumber.
It's just jizzing
You
all
waking
over
up
you.
over there? You waking up? That's waking you up?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes. Yes. Sounding crazy. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
That
like,
is
wake,
insane,
wake,
yo.
wake
I
me
feel
up.
like y'all probably all have a little bit of this. Like I'm sure you and your wife, you probably wake your wife up with a little.
Yeah, that's a little different, but
Nah, but so like you don't just go in and like
while she dead sleep, you just
They get in while she sleep.
Oh,
nah, like you.
damn.
No, why not?
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah,
Then.
that's kind
No,
of.
you gonna work. You ain't gonna
They
work up.
what?
You gotta work up to it. Like,
That's
you ain't
kinda
gonna just go
rapey.
in.
No, I've been hit while I've been like was sleep and woke up to
Yeah.
action.
Oh no, that's
You
Yes.
probably didn't feel the
warm
the
up.
touch, the warm. You probably didn't feel the warm
Right,
up,
so
but it happened.
that's
felt the initial
somnophilia.
sliding.
That no, yeah, well, you might have felt the sliding, but initially you didn't find maybe
You don't
what
feel
you
them
call
rubbing
it,
on the.
what you call it, the paintbrush.
Paintbrush.
I might not have felt the paintbrush, but I felt that go in, and now I'm up. But that's still somnophilia because you did it while I was asleep.
Weird.
But I'm
taking
for.
the
I
game.
was.
Wait, you telling me you ain't never roll over
And take
like,
the yank.
And take the you ain't roll over.
Nah,
You ain't never
bro.
rape.
you paintbrush
You ain't never raped your girl.
You never raped your girl.
Never.
You tell me you never did it.
No,
Hey, shit.
I'll play with the pussy, but I ain't gonna just stick my.
So that's
dick.
the same thing.
No, it's not.
So why are you playing with the pussy?
To get her wet, to get her ready.
How you know they went already?
So she sleep and you playing with the pussy.
He gotta wake up.
Yeah, she gotta wake up. Like
You
I'm
don't
not
want to
gonna.
be like, hey, wait, let's. Hey,
I ain't gonna.
well,
She
get
ain't
up,
gonna
like-
wake up to my dick and stuff. That's
Yeah,
yeah, she
ridiculous.
gonna wake
Yeah,
up to the sliding.
Nah, that's
She gonna
ridiculous.
wake up to the
Yeah,
sliding.
I'm waking up to the sliding.
You gonna start? You,
Yeah, what you mean?
That's ridiculous.
know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, but I'm ready to go.
Yo,
if
Rob,
it's in
I
there,
got it
let's
ready.
go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you got it hot and ready already. I feel like the coochie should be wet anyway while
like
you
Little
sleep.
Caesars.
Like while you sleep, it should be wet. So it shouldn't be too much to get in there.
Wait, what?
Why- You can wake me. You can wake me up with the tip. Oh, don't put it on my face. Oh, Robin.
Say,
No. Your coochie should be wet while you sleeping.
Why?
What I'm talking about.
Is it?
how did
Honest.
tip get to your face? That's
Niggas long.
niggas straight repositioned itself like that shit wouldn't be weird to you. You just wake
Nah.
up like no.
No.
They go on one knee like this, like
It's a video. Y'all probably saw this. This is a girl on Instagram. Nigga put a pickle on her face. Ain't never see that.
No, then do
She's
what?
sitting there like playing with the shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I seen that, John.
It's like yeah,
Like an African chick.
It's like a natural
yeah.
reaction.
It's a natural reaction. Just wake up sucking.
Well, yeah,
So if somebody put this shit in your face, you gonna just be like,
not just somebody.
jump.
Like
no,
you.
that's what I mean. Like, I'm not
Like,
How you gonna know
like,
what it is? Like, yeah, maybe you went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
At
nigga
work.
left and somebody else came in.
If
Like, you
I
know,
sleep at work, nobody better
It's like
put
at work.
anything
You
on my
just
face.
like back at 7-Eleven, like
No, but your coochie should be wet and you should be ready.
coochie should be wet.
Why you
Shit.
sleeping?
At sleep?
If I'm
Shit.
sleeping with a person that I'm attracted to, I'm gonna be wet.
I don't.
So let's
just like
get it.
every day, like all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know about that.
yeah, I don't think that's it.
Wake up, let's go. Wake up.
I don't. I've found them in a cooch. In
why the hell she always
the
wet?
middle of the night.
What's wrong with her?
I gotta get it wet.
Yeah, why
You
she
gotta
always
change-
wet? What's
Gotta
wrong with
change
her?
the sheets
'cause
every
I
day.
feel, I feel like if you done hit already and then she go to sleep,
It's still wet.
it's gonna be still wet.
Especially if you let it off inside of there. Even if she go to the bathroom,
you don't think
it's still
so?
gonna be wet.
I don't know.
It's only a couple hours of sleep.
I don't think so.
What? So you think it just dry up? That's it?
I think it go back to
Nah, that's
go
just-
back to
Once
normal.
the air hit it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go back to normal.
Because
Like,
in the cover, ain't no air hitting that.
yes, it is.
And if y'all body to body, the warmth is still there.
Man, cut the cat.
Man, they be choily
Like,
still.
ain't no cat.
Choyos. They be still choily.
Choily?
man.
Choily?
Choily.
Coochie oils? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that word.
It-
Choily.
choils. Call it
Choils. I never heard that before.
Huh? Where you from, fam?
I heard oils. I never heard choils.
Choils.
I'm gonna go home and try that shit.
She's listening to the podcast. Don't come over here with that shit tonight.
He better not come over here
I'ma
looking
go
for no
home.
choil.
No, not that. That was what was the word?
Wake you up.
Slide in.
Somnophilia. I'm gonna go practice my somnophilia.
You a somnophiliac,
I'm
yeah?
gonna practice my somophilia.
I mean, y'all
That
all
shit sound
probably.
wrong.
I don't know.
That
How,
shit
It
just sound all
does.
bad,
Anything
don't
with
it?
Philly at the end kind of worries me.
yeah, it's like I don't want to be associated with the philias. Like,
All the affiliates got a little bit something crazy.
we got a thesaurus.
I
We
had
got
another
word
one,
we
but
can
I'm
use.
gonna save it for next week.
I'm gonna see.
But Pico Smith, I feel like I can't say that
Pico
without
Smith.
laughing. Pico Smith, I feel like you've done this before.
How you feel like I've done
You,
that?
because you said you fondle the coochie while they sleep. That's the same thing.
No, it's not. Because they wake up before I put my dick in.
Oh, okay. They're already awake.
Yeah,
And are they really
But-
sleep?
exactly.
But wait, so you're
they do the
fondling
fake.
them while
They do the
fake
fake lift.
sleep.
They do the fake lift up.
We all do that. We don't really be asleep.
Nah, I'm not.
If she lift her leg up, she wasn't asleep.
Do the scoot back, the leg, the leg lift up happens real easy.
Yeah.
He wasn't sleep.
too
They be
easy.
waiting
And it's
for it.
already wet. So, yeah.
It might be on natural reaction now.
Huh?
Could be on natural reaction.
To lift your leg up.
Y'all just
Go
get-
ahead,
Too
girl.
bad.
Put your
She
leg,
already
put
know
your
what she
leg
doing.
up. Go ahead,
Yeah.
girl. Put your leg
Like this.
Y'all silly.
No, I definitely have not entered while she was asleep. That's.
But it also said fondling. So if you're fondling.
Oh yeah, I said I do that.
yeah,
all
okay.
day
So then you somnophiliac.
to wake you up.
Just be a pervert now. Just.
Have y'all ever gone down on a woman
Yeah.
and while she sleep?
Yes,
That's
What's the
that's-
difference?
You
Yeah,
gotta
that's the
wake
same
up.
thing.
What's the difference?
Gotta wake up.
That's sexual arousal.
Ain't no
Gotta
While they're
difference.
wake
asleep.
up.
Ain't no,
But I feel like she know, like she has to know what's about to happen. So all right, so I
How
mean,
she has to know she sleep?
this movement happening in the bed, like she ain't sleep. Like I don't think nobody sleep that hard when they don't feel moving in the bed.
I
You don't feel
don't.
moving in the bed.
I feel
I done ate
It
her
depends on how
out, sucked the
sleepy I
titty.
am.
She ain't
She
felt
ain't
nothing
turn
but the
over.
tip when it went in. Like I done did all this, sucked your toes.
choked you a little bit and you still sleep.
You still sleep.
Somnophiliacs, all of y'all.
Everybody.
Keep your filius.
Hey man,
Y'all love
What
it.
they talking about in the comments? Nothing.
That's just robbing. it.
Just Robin so
I only got Robin tonight.
Yeah.
Robin, the only one on.
No,
No,
it's,
no,
it's 16 people. It's just
the
Robin.
regulars ain't in here commenting though. They must
What y'all
have-
doing? They getting their somnophiliac on.
They sleep. They want to be aroused, touched and aroused and woken
Oh,
up.
come
But it
through.
did also say that's molestation or sexual abuse.
Stop hating.
Somnophiliac.
so I'm assuming that's when it's unwanted.
Well, yeah, it would be sexual abuse if it
Like,
was unwanted.
If you with your spouse or you with somebody that you just like, y'all know what y'all there for,
Yeah,
yeah,
right? Like,
let's get it.
it's supposed to
yeah,
happen.
we gotta take that word.
But
We
if
gotta
you
take-
wake up,
All right,
but if
but
you
back-
wake up and the window open,
Right.
it's a whole different.
That's a different story.
we got a problem. Houston.
It's a stranger in your room.
Yeah, Houston, we have a problem.
So
With a
back to the strangers though. Strangers though.
stranger.
So imagine you come home from work on the sub and you
That's
sleep.
why it's sexual abuse.
You're on the sub sleeping, and you know you dipped on the train. Nigga just over top of you.
I'm never gonna dip that much that somebody could do that. But I'm swinging. That's a stranger. That's disgusting.
What if they was good though?
What was good?
Yeah.
What? On the train.
Yeah, but what if by the time you woke up and it's like, oh damn,
He's already
It's
enjoying
all right, dang,
No.
yeah.
I'm cool.
You
It's
cool?
a stranger.
But they're not stranger no more. They family.
Okay, now they family.
We the two become one.
Y'all intimate at this point. Like
We now fuck buddies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get his number.
this is now one night stand.
Since you're in here already, let
Hit
me get
me
your
later.
number.
Hit me later.
You're already inside. Let me get your
Exactly.
number.
It
No,
feels so good.
y'all crazy. Y'all all somnophiliacs though. I think everybody has probably done that.
So
at
if
some
we
point.
sleep and a chick giving us a chew when
That's
we wake
the same
up,
thing.
but we not saying get off me. We like
I'm not
please.
saying get off me
Yeah.
either. I'm not saying I said a stranger.
You said you swinging.
on a stranger. Yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. If a stranger giving us a chew,
You letting a strange
chew
mouth.
me down.
Now, when you look at her mouth and she got a bunch of herpes blisters,
There you go.
what's
See,
butt?
why you
What's
always
butt?
why you always gotta
That's a
go?
whole
To,
nother-
yeah, like why?
Right,
you gotta
but
do
that's
that?
a stranger though, right?
But why you?
Wait,
Gotta,
wait. Hold
All
on,
strangers
hold
got
on.
herpes,
Hold on.
blister
wait,
lips.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. So last week, your man talked about the Walmart trip.
Yeah.
About the random
Oh,
chick,
that's
About the
right.
random chick giving you head.
That was like, yeah.
At Walmart, right?
I mean, she wasn't that. I knew her when I was going in there.
You don't know her.
But everybody's a stranger until they're not a stranger.
Right.
He met her. She worked in the Walmart or something. What was the story again? She worked in the Walmart?
Yeah, I used to go to Walmart.
She
I
was
see
in
her.
Walmart.
Hey, what's up?
You
What's
know
up?
her. Isn't
Yeah, I knew her. I seen her like more than
Yeah,
5 times from going to Walmart.
And
Yeah.
so
I don't know her, but I
that
know her.
automatically
You know of her.
qualifies her to give you head.
Yes.
Listen, if that's
I
bad,
mean, how do
like,
you got to qualify to get hit? What do I need?
I was in the music business,
a
right?
portfolio.
I'm in the city for like
Need references.
hours.
You was in a studio for hours?
No, I'm saying like in the music business, you traveling, you in the city, you might be in the city for hours. Like you're not
right,
there.
right,
It's
right.
like he did better than I did. He had 5 interactions. You know what I'm saying? Like me, it might have just been like 1 interaction.
Kentucky,
You know what I'm saying?
like we were making this pit stop at Kentucky to get some food. Like
yeah, like I don't.
the lot lizards. That's what they
Ain't-
call them.
Yeah.
And you got some head.
I mean, you know, things happen in different places. But I'm just saying, like,
She's a horrible interviewer. Like,
if we have
I need you to say.
if we have a
I need
conversation,
the words to come out your mouth.
you are no longer a stranger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
acquaintance.
Okay. That's your,
Like
your new definition.
when is
of
somebody
my-
not a stranger? Like what's the amount of time? What's the
I don't know.
a good question.
That's a good question, though. We'll have to talk about that.
That's a good question.
like if we sit and vibe for hours, like yo, you know, meet you at the show, I meet you at the radio state, whatever it is, we sit, we vibe for hours, we vibe for a day, or whatever it is, right? Like at what point aren't you a stranger?
I don't know.
'Cause you
It's
could-
up to your comfort zone.
You can still have a herpes
Facts.
after 10 conversations and
You can
you
still,
can
have
still
that
have it.
herpes.
Like it don't like the herpes not based on conversations,
It's
right?
not.
Like
It's still there.
you could date for a year and figure the shit out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On a 365th
You
day.
got
Like,
herpes? Day 365. You got herpes?
yeah, so it's like I don't, you know,
Stranger. Word.
once y'all connect, you ain't never had like that. Damn, like I feel like I knew you before. Like we,
Yeah, sure.
you connect and you know shit just
I had that all the
accelerate.
time.
You said it all the time?
Yeah.
I got that all the
I
time.
got that all the time.
It's like yeah, I feel
My
like,
stuff always accelerating.
Okay.
For real.
So everyone here can agree that there's somnophiliacs then.
I mean, I guess.
I'm gonna get at the y'all.
To a certain extent, I guess.
Yeah, all of y'all are.
No, I ain't feeling it nothing. No.
You
no,
not
no,
feeling it
no,
nothing?
I ain't feeling.
I mean, I guess
I
if
ain't
you
feeling
were,
it nothing.
I'm gonna say this because most of these fetishes are if this is like your only way of getting aroused. So I guess you would be a somnophiliac if you only got aroused if a person was asleep.
Oh, so yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, like
Right,
but
right.
if you have regular sex when two people are
I'd be
awake,
frustrated. Like I'd probably be more frustrated. Like
why she
if you,
sleep?
yeah, because you're not responding the way I need you to respond, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You wanna be asleep, and I'm trying to wake you the fuck up.
Get
Like
your black ass up.
yeah,
you gotta
nah,
hit her in the head with the dick. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna try that.
What,
I'm gonna,
what type of?
Wow, okay, I'm sorry.
You really
yeah, like
I'm on one right now.
I'm not. That's not arousing.
You're not doing
me.
it?
Yeah, that's not
Okay.
arousing. I mean, yeah, that I'm gonna pass on. I'm not. Yeah,
Y'all never woke a woman up by like hitting her mouth with the peen?
What are you talking about?
This is somnophilia.
So women like that shit. Because listen, I'm gonna take you. You know, I'm
Don't
gonna
do
go
that.
off what you telling me.
Wait.
Yeah.
Your wife is a nice lady. I don't know.
I just
what
want to
she-
know. I'm gonna, you know, I'm be like, hey, listen. And when she snap, I'm be like, hey, listen. I was told that this is what y'all
No,
like.
don't
Like,
put that on me.
Oh, no,
He didn't say who he was gonna say did it.
Don't. Okay, well don't.
So-
I'm just saying that. I'm
So
just.
do you like that?
Do I like what
The wake up no, you wake up to somebody.
I mean, it
It's
depends.
a light tap though. It ain't-
Yeah, it's not like you smacking it. It's not like you can't really smack
It's
me
a
with a
sensual,
penis.
that-
It's more of a,
A sensual
soft.
smack?
Yeah,
a sensual
that's-
graze. You just.
So it's a yes.
That's a yes for me.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
All right, I'm gonna
She's a perv.
see how it works.
Just let it sit,
Try it out.
sit on your face.
She's a perv.
Just what?
Let it
What?
sit on your face till you wake up.
Wake up and it just.
Sitting right
Just
on your lips.
warm pipe on your cheek.
I'm gonna try it, man. Hopefully, I don't end up in divorce. You know what I'm saying?
You will.
And just bring some on, yo.
She gonna think it's a new chick. What taught you
Who
this?
taught you that?
Never
You
did
ain't
this-
never
you've
done this in
before.
15 years.
When you look on the
This
podcast at 18 minutes and 31 seconds, they
Yes.
said
I'm
Like,
appalled.
I'm trying to spice this shit up. Smacking your face with this shit.
Don't spice it up on our behalf.
I'm appalled. She gonna say
Appalled. Y'all want to get on Banks poll tonight?
it's not Banks poll yet.
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of.
So I guess the topic would go kind of with
Oh,
The poll. So y'all want to get on Banks poll?
not really.
Sure.
that's
You ain't-
I don't even know what it is. What is it? Like,
no.
Pause,
It's
my
a play on
nigga.
the words.
it's a what?
A play on the words. Get on Banks poll. Like,
No.
no.
I forgot this was one of them. I forgot. Man. Pause.
She's like, sure, yeah, whatever. Sure, I do.
Sorry, my bad.
I love Banks poll.
What's Banks'
Oh,
poll
man.
question of the week?
I thought it was POLL. Like,
Nah, bro.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
So what's
a
your poll
double
question?
entendre.
Yes, exactly.
go. There you
What's your
go.
poll question for this
All
week,
right,
Mr. Banks?
so my poll question this week was hold on.
He ain't never ready.
No, it just shit just went away. But I screenshotted it. Hold on.
Screenshot.
Yeah, I screenshotted it. All right, so my poll question this week was did the pandemic make you or break you? Mentally, physically, emotionally, or financially? So I got like all these goddamn answers in my
Yeah, because that's not an easy question.
So I got the pandemic broke me, then remade me in all aspects of life.
Oh boy.
This box isn't big enough to explain. Then I got pandemic was good to me, but they can keep that homeschooling mess. Somebody said it didn't. Somebody said it broke them down mentally, physically, and emotionally. And all in both ways, made and broke me. Both, unfortunately. It didn't have an effect on me. Thank God. I enjoy not having to be around people. It broke me down in every way possible, set me back too. It broke me mentally because I worked through the whole thing. Mentally, I'm super paranoid over every little thing now. It was a little emotional, or it had me a little emotional, and I'm afraid to do anything.
All right, hold on. So, okay. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
No. I want to hear y'all answers to this.
Who going first?
You, because you're the guest.
Oh, all right. The pandemic was just like everyday life for me, man. Like, this shit was regular. Like, it was like when you when you I don't know how everybody else grew up, but like when you experience hardship, you know what I'm saying, there's ups and downs, you know, uncertainty, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, it's a normal day, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just extended, right? So like, but the thing that did that was different was like, you know, I lost people along the way, you know what I'm saying? So like you had the, you know, the distance and family, but I used to travel, so it wasn't like really a big thing. But you know the thing that really got people being stuck in the house with the motherfucker you say you love.
I was gonna say that.
That shit right there, a lot of relationships ain't survive that shit.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like if you could, like, I survived that shit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people ain't survived that shit. Like you 24/7 with them up, like neither one of y'all go to work. Like niggas ain't even going for a walk. Like y'all just in the crib. You didn't binge watch every fucking show you could possibly binge watch. Y'all just there. You know what I'm saying? Like that was probably that part was probably like the most challenging part. Like you gotta figure out shit not to argue about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not to argue about.
yeah, because it's like y'all just there 24/7. Like, but outside of that, the financial shit, I've been broke, I've been up, been everything in between. Like, we all broke. It shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, if niggas was broke during the pandemic, only people that was eating was the fucking emergency workers and the nurses and shit, right?
So for me, I work in the hospital, so like the pandemic was good for me. I was cool.
You was Donald Trump out this motherfucker. Like, he was eating.
Like mine just so, and then in the hospital setting, people getting COVID every day, so they going out overtime, bonus, overtime. It was like, fuck it, we in this job.
Like I caught COVID before they announced that shit.
I got COVID too, but I was asymptomatic.
I caught it November. Like that shit kicked my ass. I caught it November.
2020?
Nah,
2020.
no, so they announced it in 19, right?
No, they announced it in March of 2020.
It actually was around in 19.
So I got
It
it
just wasn't
November
out there.
19. I got it November 19.
Yeah, they said it
Same.
was still out in like.
Shit kicked my ass, right? They ain't announced that shit to February.
It wasn't called COVID in November
Yeah,
of
it
2019,
wasn't, no.
but it was around. Because I was sick in November of 2019. Right before Thanksgiving, I was real sick.
That shit put me on my ass, right? They announced the shit in like
It was
February.
March.
Yeah.
And they talking about the symptoms and shit, and I'm like, yo, that's the shit I just had.
Yup.
I couldn't even explain what it was, right? Like,
Did you go to the doctor? And the doctor was like, I don't know what this is.
man, my dumb ass was on the sofa. Like,
I went to the doctor. The doctor was.
I thugged it out.
I'm not sure what this is. Go get some rest.
No taste, can't smell shit. I ain't had none of that.
Man, I ain't had an energy, and I caught it twice. So I caught it. I had it in 19, and then I caught it again in like 20. Yeah, like summer 2020. Like that was probably like it kicked my ass again. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, like I had known like niggas that was dying from it.
Right.
Like people that I actually knew that was like checking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From that shit. So at that point, I'm like, yo.
Type of time you want, dog?
Just running water and stuff. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But you know what? I got it after I was vaccinated. The first series, the first and second dose, I got it the next month after that, and I was really sick again.
Yeah.
And then I was tested positive again January of 20.
Damn.
Yeah. I was supposed to take my daughter to Jamaica, and you know how at that time you had to test before you could go, and I tested positive, so we couldn't go to Jamaica. Fucked up our trip, but yeah, I heard a lot of my close friends went into like depression throughout the pandemic because it was so unknown. They didn't, you know, they were losing family members. There was a lot going on. They were financially struggling, so it was a lot for people. For some people, and some people enjoyed it. Like, man, I was still working from home, so you know.
I'm self-employed, so like, when shit stop. Like, I had motherfuckers calling me trying to get deposits, but like that's how bad I book shit out 6 months, a year sometimes, right? Like niggas like, yo, I shit in June. This February, niggas like, I shit in June. Let me go try to get the deposit back, right? Like. It got to the point where it was like I had to stop picking up the fucking phone and responding to email. Niggas, we're closed, right? Like, because everybody was in a panic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, but like around like March, around May, like, you know, I had people like, hey, you know, I know that, you know, we're in a pandemic, but can you do this? And can you...
That's when people start sneaking.
Like, I done had COVID twice already. Like, I'm here, we good, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, let's work, right? Like, and people would start sneaking outside,
Yeah.
like... Yeah, so
by the summer, everybody was like, we outside. Like, we just gonna risk it all. That's when people was still like having house parties and all. Remember they would like call the cops on you and stuff like that and try to close down your house party if you had a gathering more than 6 people.
I'm having a party. It's only gonna be a small group. You get there, it's like 100 miles.
Right. And they would try to call the cops on you and stuff like that. Pico Smith, did you experience any emotional, mental, physical, spiritual? I know your answers already. Financial struggles throughout the pandemic.
No. So I remember when it happened, I was at work and he's like, yo, you can't come back to work no more. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like, what is this? I'm like, there's no way y'all closing everything down. So I go home and I'm chill. I don't like being around people anyway. So I was at home with the kids, work from home, made bread. It was cool. I got mad when stuff opened back up. Like, that's when I got mad. Like, oh, no. I got to meet with people now? Like, nah, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
So, like, my life didn't change at all. But I'm a real, like, go with the punches type person, so it wouldn't have bothered me regardless.
Person in the comments said, Brad said, the pandemic... Brad Mitchell.
Who the hell is Brad
I'm not sure,
Mitchell?
but that's his name.
What's up, Brad? B-Rad?
B-Rad. He said the pandemic introduced him to podcasts. Oh, good looking out. And then Robin said she enjoyed the pandemic. She had to work, but it was good for her and her family.
She probably thought.
The fireworks was the worst and the ATM bombs. Oh, you remember people used to play?
Oh, yeah, the riot. So I was living on City Avenue at the time.
Yeah.
Like, man, they fucking was blowing everything up. They was robbing. Families was bringing the kids, like, to rob the Target. Like, I'm sitting there watching the shit, like...
What?
Not to rob the Target.
With the cops
Kids,
there.
Get the toys.
Like,
yeah, it
with
was
the cops,
wild.
like,
It was
with
wild.
the cops there, like, shit was going down, man.
And then George Floyd happened. That situation happened in 2020, right?
It was all, around the same time. That's
so
when the
it
riots.
was,
Yeah.
Everything was going crazy. But the fireworks, they used to... Fireworks every night for no reason. You don't remember that
Niggas
part?
was blowing up the ATMs.
Yeah.
They was hitting ATMs. Like, they was
A couple
going
people
out.
died, didn't they? From trying to blow them up, and they actually caught themselves on fire or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, now what about you, Banks? Did it affect you?
I thought it was cool.
Oh, you said you was cool. Man behind the mic.
I was working in jail, so I had to go every day.
Yeah.
So
Did you like it?
it ain't nothing changed.
They said
Shit,
the
they already in
prisons.
quarantine, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they said the prisons. COVID was running rampant in the prisons. The prisons was
because we was bringing it in.
right.
Because we kept leaving and coming back. So Only thing that happened is that we had to do more stuff. We had to have them clean up more. That's all. So we didn't clean. This is like, all right, y'all come out more, clean the block, but y'all can't come out. Everyone had to stay in their own cell. So that's when they start switching the jails around, taking all the women out the women's jail, bringing them to this jail, taking the guys over there. It was just crazy. We had to just do more stuff. The only thing that was good is that there was nobody on the expressway. We can get to work
right. You definitely get to work. Listen, the city was really shut down.
That's
Like
true.
it was
When
closed.
you did sneak outside, you got some place. You went places fast.
Yeah, like the cedar shit was like.
Amazon made a killing.
Well, that's when a lot of places started doing like the food deliveries, like the market. Some of the markets was already doing it, but it really became a thing. I used to order from Target every week, and they used to bring my stuff.
I remember niggas going to the city. You going to like when you could end up going to the store, niggas being there with the motherfucking respirators on and shit, gloves and
People
all
had
that.
on gas, man.
I'm like, yo, y'all doing
real
too
No,
crazy.
they was like, they was like, here you go, 2 onions, 2 potatoes. You can't get shit like.
In the lines, you really had to be 6 feet.
2 gallons of water.
Yeah.
You can't get no more than 2 gallons of water. Tissue.
But there was a lot of free food being given out, like by churches and different organizations, and I think that helped a lot of people who might have been financially affected by it. And then we also had the what was those checks called? The STEMIs. The stimulus started coming out, but that didn't come to 2021.
That was
So that was a whole year after the fact. The STEMIs came, and then people was getting the PPP loans all through. 2021 was the year everybody was up.
Yeah, everybody was
Yo,
up.
why was people so mad about them PPP loans?
Because they probably didn't get them.
I feel like white people been doing this shit for years.
And they have.
But you're like when it come to us, man, like Trump fucking cracked the safe open for niggas. Like it was a lot of shit that happened on Trump watch that hasn't happened on anybody else watch that we benefited from.
Trizzy was the man.
Like let's start with the stimulus shit, right? Like if it was another president in, that shit probably wouldn't
You
happen.
see Joe Biden saying, fuck them checks.
Get them shits out of here. Like niggas ain't get that third round or whatever.
No, it's a wrap.
It was a wrap, right? Like so it was shit that happened. Like now it's people that, you know, for whatever reason probably couldn't participate in that. Maybe you ain't have an LLC or you ain't own a business or you know, like you feel like, well, damn, I can't get that, but you up. It's like, nah, like it's like, yo, if y'all all in prison, right, and a nigga break out, and you see that nigga running, you ain't gonna be like, yo, he run. Nah, it's like, nah, like I'm gonna be happy to see the nigga run. Like now, if he get caught, he get caught, right? But I'm gonna just let the nigga do what he do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hope he make it home.
We was hating on the people.
Niggas was hating.
Niggas was hating bad. Like,
I
you
wasn't.
dead, y'all, you gonna get booked, you gonna get locked up. You gonna.
Niggas was hating.
Did anybody y'all know who got a PPP loan get locked up? Because I know quite a few people who got
know a
them,
lot of
and
people
they
got them
still
loans.
They gonna get around to it.
You
Them
think
niggas
so?
is
They
niggas.
definitely gonna get around.
They
so,
did.
though.
Honestly, they
All
did.
the niggas that said they didn't snitch is snitching. Like,
Well, they
niggas
did. Our taxes, if the way the taxes are now, they're getting their money back through our taxes.
But I heard that all they doing is going back to the old system with taxes, like years ago.
Right, and so now that you're paying more, so your tax. Everybody is saying how their tax returns this year. A lot of people are saying are not the same as they were in years previous. So
Because they're not giving away them.
No, see what niggas ain't realize is that like them stimulus and all that, those
paying
shits
it
was
back.
advanced. They were advancements.
Yeah, they're paying. So you're paying it back.
So that wasn't free money. Like they, you know, what you got in 2020 was for. I'm sorry, what you got in 2021 was advanced from 2022.
Right.
Whatever you got that was like on that cusp for 20, that second joint was advancement for 2023. So if you was getting, you know, if you got a 10,000 STEMI and you was getting 10,000 in 21, you ain't get that shit. You had to pay that shit back.
Yeah.
So ain't nothing really changed. Like you just niggas just ain't read the fine print. Like that shit wasn't
Take
free
this
money. It was an
and we
advancement.
gonna get it back later.
Yeah.
I made a little PPP loan. Let me get that, Joe.
Listen, man, get it how you. That's America, man. Get it how you get it. Like do right by it.
Let me get that.
What's them loans? Them payday loans. That's what that was.
Oh,
Like a
them
nigga
cheap.
paid
Them Jones,
Shit,
You
that's
see
the
them
joint where you gotta give me
commercials?
your title to your car or something.
Yeah, the title loans. That's what
Title.
they call. Yeah, that's what that.
First of
stimmy
all,
was.
why the hell are we talking about the pandemic
Because
That's
on,
a
this,
topic.
on the relationship? We should be talking about the correlation between
so
the
did it.
pandemic effing up these people.
I know niggas that ain't make it through the pandemic.
That's what we need to
relationship-wise,
talk
like,
about. The divorce rate going up
It did.
during the pandemic.
It did.
Suicides going up during the pandemic. Niggas just didn't
Yeah,
like
for sure.
themselves, man. It's-
My man just texted me like 2 weeks ago, or no, like last week actually, And I saw he was moving, so I'm like, yo, congratulations on the move. You know what I'm saying? He like, nah, nigga, I'm moving, but I got divorced, right? I'm like, damn, nigga, you on social media like real regular, right? He was like, yeah, man, I got caught up during the pandemic, right?
Yeah,
like
DMs was lit, huh?
Nigga got caught up during the pandemic, man. So yeah, shit was definitely happening.
He was doing a late night slide out.
You had to do it late night. You could do all times of the day.
Like I ain't get into the details and shit. Like
you gotta remember, everybody was home all day long.
It was
exactly. So how you doing all day long? And the kids is home.
Shit, you was getting away with in regular life. You couldn't get away with because shit wasn't moving. So like, if you say you going to Target or something, or you going to the supermarket, or
you at the bar, ain't no more bars. I'm gonna go to the bar.
Yeah, like you gotta be crafty.
Ain't no more crafty. You in the crib with it.
Like,
where was you at for 3 hours and everything closed? Like,
right.
can
Where
you
justify
where you
around.
just driving?
Come back. Where you get COVID from, nigga?
Right, exactly. Now you got COVID.
You had your mask on, your gloves, your whole body suit, nigga.
Do my dick.
Like, how'd you get COVID?
COVID dick.
Oh, they said Raw's Law.
Raw's Law.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like that shit definitely happened.
Nah, man. Nah, COVID was. I really, outside of me being home with my kids all day, nothing else was different.
Yeah.
Right. I work from home, close some loans, and
how about the homeschooling? It was like
first of all, that joint was they was on turkey time with that joint anyway, because it was like you just doing the little joints, sitting in front of my kids they was going through the homeschool. They was pissed.
Listen,
they hated that.
Think about the people who want the kids in the house though. Like, God damn, these kids in the house again.
Or what about the people who actually had to go out to work and young kids had to stay home by themselves who wasn't getting on virtual school? Because a lot of kids didn't make it or didn't do well when they actually went back to school because they was doing virtual and didn't learn anything for a whole year because they was playing around because mom and dad might have had to go to work.
Or just being social.
Yeah, these kids like 2 years behind. Like they was behind before the pandemic. Like
real behind.
First of all, this is how I take to school. Long as you know how to read and count.
Yeah. If you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide, I think you pretty much got it.
Like you don't need none of that other stuff they teach you. Pythagorean theorem, like
calculus. Have you used calculus?
No,
in your
you're
real
not.
life?
That's what I'm saying. It's crap.
When you doing contracts for your, do you do? Calculus?
There is certain shit that like I'd be like, damn, I should have paid a little bit more attention to when I was in school, right? Like
percentages off, like 20. I'm giving.
Nah, like algebra, shit like that, like. Shit I ain't really care for. Like some cat like in dealing with like photography, you got the fucking circle of confusion. It's like, well, what the fuck is that?
YouTube.
Right? Like you could YouTube it, right? But it's like still like understanding the shit. Mm-hmm. Like you still gotta put time in to understand it. I wish I would have just understood the shit so when it came across my table. Yeah, it's like I ain't spending this time right now and trying to figure this shit out. Like
no, but I look at it like if it came back across your desk, this one is valuable. Like because you're going to learn it more, especially when there's bread on the line. You're like, oh, nigga, I'm focusing on this joint. I'm definitely focused. But that's why I don't listen, school is cool. You know what I mean? Get a kid something to do. But they know how to read. They know how to count.
And write.
You could get through it.
Yeah, you can. Everything else, everything you really need, you gonna learn.
They really need to put like credit classes.
They're not going. They don't want.
I know they don't want people to be great, but that should be part of the curriculum. You know, like money management, credit, all
technology, that's all you need.
True.
Comprehension. If you could comprehend, like comprehension is like that comprehension, and then like fucking like conflict and resolution. Like, because if you could comprehend, like if you could read and write. And that means you can learn anything. Mm-hmm. Like read and you can comprehend anything, you can learn anything. It don't matter whether it's fucking math, science, like all that shit is based on reading, right? Mm-hmm. Like and understanding. And then like conflict resolution, right? Like you learn conflict resolution. Like they taught that shit when I was in school. Like I don't know if y'all remember that shit. I don't know how old y'all are, right? Like you learn how to maneuver through life. Like you know what I'm saying? Like these kids don't be having no fucking idea, you know what I mean? Like
and common sense.
That's why
common sense. A little bit of street smarts.
Niggas turn that shit all the way up. They think the shit GTA. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, but it's like nah, this real life, bro. Like
terrible, awful.
Terrible.
Yeah, and the credit shit, like that should be the curriculum.
Yeah.
Comprehension. Fuck the way they got it laid out right now. It should be like reading and comprehension, right?
Right.
fuck all that social studies and geography. Like niggas can figure out what it
History
is.
is fake anyway.
History, get rid of that shit. Well, not completely. But
the history they teach our kids in school is not real. It's not our history. It's not.
It's his story.
It's his story.
Their story.
So like you could put it in there, but keep it under reading comprehension. So if they could read and comprehend, they can understand that shit bullshit.
And the math, the way they teach math, my daughter's in the 3rd grade. The way they teach math is trash. Like they teach you around. Just do the math like we were taught.
So I went through that with my 12-year-old. Like, you know, they got these. So they do the shit to teach. They weren't about testing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what are you gonna score on the PSSAs, right? Like my son could do. You know, at this time, he's probably like in 3rd grade because I believe that's when they do the PSSAs. Nigga could do everything, but you know, I taught him the way we learned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You carry the what's the name, drop down, and like all that shit, right? I taught him that way. But they do it different based on the curriculum. Nigga, all I give a fuck is if you get the answer.
Yes.
When we get the teacher mark some shit wrong because he
didn't show his work.
My daughter be
No,
like,
he
you gotta
showed
show
his
it this
work,
way, Mom.
right? But it wasn't the way that
They teach it.
they teach it.
Yeah.
So she said it's wrong. So I'm like, you can't tell this nigga that is wrong. Is that the answer?
Right.
She like, yeah, that's the answer, but he didn't
it's
do it
not
right.
wrong.
Well, you can't tell him he did it wrong. He just didn't do it the way that you want him to do it. All I give a fuck about is if you got the answer, right? Like, do that shit add up? Yeah, it add up. There it is. Like, it went through a whole argument with, over that shit, and, she finally confessed, like, oh, well, I agree with you. I just have to do what they tell me to do because this is the fucking curriculum.
And she probably the same age as you, around the same age as teacher.
What you trying to
she
say?
was old because she probably was taught the same way
She
that
called me old. Yeah.
No. I'm saying my daughter's teachers are about the same age as
you're
me, right?
Yeah,
so they were taught the same way I was taught. So they understand. They get like this is bullshit. Like
she like, oh, I just
3 + 3 is 6. That's it. We ain't got to do 3 boxes and
they confusing the
this
kids.
many
They give them all
like,
these supplemental
do a
shit.
line no, 3 + 3 is 6. Like
They got them doing some shit called lattice. Like your kids have to do lattice. Well, they like that shit cool and all. You got to draw the boxes and put the numbers in a certain way, and then you get the multiplication. You get
it's
the answer.
ridiculous.
Man, you better teach some little niggas their timetables. Like,
Right.
Study your timetables. Call it a day.
Get that goddamn.
You know how
chart out in the
I
back of the book.
memorized my timetable.
I
That's
still
all
can't
it is.
memorize that shit. Like,
Get the table out the back of the composition book and look at that joint.
Right. Oh yeah,
Pull
I
the
forgot it was
calculator
on
out.
the back of there. I don't think they got it in the back of there no more.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
yeah, that shit goofy.
But y'all know what? Let's talk about who did it better. Y'all want to do something who did it better today?
We can do that. Get into it.
I thought about, we do a thing called Who Did It Better. We usually do just random things. So tonight I thought about sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
Who did it better, Nike versus Adidas? And I'm gonna bring it down to Nike Air Max 95 versus 97 because those is pretty popular. Everybody know what those look like.
I'm a 95 boy.
I want to say I'm a 97. Which one got the small bubble on the side? Not the big
95s.
bubble. 95s. I'm a 95 boy. Yeah.
Pico.
97.
Pico Smith.
No idea.
Man behind the mic. Y'all don't know sneakers?
I told
I'm
you that.
not into sneakers. Like,
Oh, y'all got on a new pair of sneakers every time I see y'all.
I told you
yeah,
that.
but I don't be collecting these
I told you
joints.
that.
Like, I don't really care. That joint look good right now. I'll get it.
Facts.
I told you that. When I said that. I said
What
that.
about Adidas? The shell toes versus like the Sam Smiths
Stan
or
Smiths. Stan
Stan
Smith.
Smiths.
I'm a top 10. I got top 10s on there. I'm a top 10 ball. Like,
I
like
like top 10s too, but probably Stan Smith. More so chill for me, actually.
I like the stands too. Yeah.
How y'all don't know about sneakers? That's crazy.
I don't care.
All right, well, let's do it.
That's
Who
exactly
did it
what I was
better?
thinking.
I got another one since we can't even elaborate on the sneakers. I thought y'all would be into that because y'all wear different sneakers every time I see y'all. But anyway, so today is the anniversary of Biggie's death, right?
Who?
Notorious B.I.G.
Respect.
March 9th. So a lot of people compare him and Tupac for whatever reason. Do y'all think it's a comparison between them?
To be honest with you, I know Biggie songs.
He's more of a Jay-Z guy.
Yeah, like
Oh, okay.
Biggie wasn't Biggie or
He won
Pac,
your
but-
twist?
Nah, neither one of them dudes was my cup of tea. Like I was a Jay. Like I always used to go back and forth with him about Jay-Z and Nas.
That's a good one.
That was our
did,
like that was we used to battle
All day
because
long
he's a
about
Nas dude. So But Biggie, like I said, I know a lot of Biggie songs, but it didn't have the same type of. For me, for whatever reason, it didn't resonate with me.
So for me, I feel like Biggie, being the age he was, rapping how he rapped and what he's rapping about, made him definitely was ahead of his time. I feel like being that young, but all them dudes like Nas was being that young, rapping how he was rapping. I feel like them dudes were real lyrical to be that young, very young.
I think Biggie gave us a lot more party anthems, like in the club Johns.
Yeah, Diddy behind it.
True.
Pause.
Because all of you think about all the Biggie classics, most of them was Johns. You know,
really,
One More Chance.
Yeah, that's Puffy inspired.
True.
He was taking they was sampling everything. So like they sampled hits and made them hits. So it was kind of hard not to like what he was doing. But he just had flow, like he all over the beat, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Pac, again, just, pure content, passion.
See, for me, when it comes to Pac, I like Pac for who he was and what he stood for as a person.
Yeah.
That was more so for me with Pac. It wasn't like he had the best lyrics, so I'm going to go buy all these albums he had. No, I'm not doing that. Now, I like Pac songs. I do like some Pac songs, but I like him for who he was as a person.
Structure-wise, Biggie structured it, like, so we get into the writing part, right? Mm-hmm. Biggie structured this shit way better. Like structuring your rhymes. Like when I get to breaking down how many syllables you rhyme in and, how you piecing your shit together, like Biggie was a pro at that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like Pac was straight sentences, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, he was a
Poetry.
He's poetry, yeah, poet.
Yeah,
like,
he was a poet.
But he's more like a Cat in a Hat rapper, right? Like
Damn.
that's not a bad thing. It's more like it's just like one syllable.
Right.
Like he's not rhyming like multiple syllables to make it feel and flow a certain way. He's rhyming it in. Sometimes he did.
Yeah, he did it a lot. He did it a lot, especially on like Machiavelli.
Give me one.
Come with me. Was that Hail Mary? Was that on?
I'm a killer. Don't push me.
Yeah, was that on my?
See, look.
Right there.
I'm a killer. Don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Right? It's 2 syllables. Yeah. But how many words he had between push me, and first of all, push me and pussy don't really rhyme, right? They sound close, right? But it's like, how many words did he have in between there?
That didn't connect.
Right? So you got push me, pussy. Right, and then what do you go to after that? Push me. Like
picture paragraphs unloaded, wise words being quoted.
Peep the weakness in the rap game, sold it.
Bow down.
Pray to God, hoping at me hip. You know what I'm saying? Like it's simple, but you had Big that will rhyme the same syllable, right? Pieced up like that, but he'll do it for like fucking 6 to 8 bars.
Like Eminem would do.
Like Eminem is the fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Is it the epitome? Like what's the top?
Epitome.
Like
epitome.
Epitome. Like he's like
yeah,
it sounds retarded after a while.
Yeah, it does.
All those damn
he
syllables.
does too much. There's a tasteful way of doing it, right? Like that was one of the things that we was able to master, like keeping it, being able to rhyme like certain shit. Making it make sense and not sounding Eminem-ish.
Yeah, because
like,
Eminem don't be making sense. I do a handstand with the bandstand with my man.
No, you imitating the guy that's imitating Eminem.
See, but he just saying shit though. Like,
yeah, that's what Eminem be doing.
Oh, but even like what the joint like I am, but like whatever I said, but he be saying some shit in that joint like.
Yeah, but you don't listen to that.
Oh, I do it.
You listen to Eminem. You be like, I'm about to get in the shower. Let me throw on some Slim Shady.
Throw that M on.
I'm about to hit the club. Let me throw on some M. Hi, my name is. Come on, man.
How I feel, my man. I might throw a little bit of M on.
I was never ready to go to war and throw on that Eminem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Never ready to go to the club and throw on that Eminem. Like,
I don't know how I don't even know how Eminem made so many.
I was mad at my mom and I told him, sorry, mama, or some shit like that, right? Like, but I'm not.
Yeah,
not that happened.
I don't know. I don't know how Eminem got. Yeah, I just don't see it.
He was a nice. He's a nice like
white dude.
Like
But he wasn't that battle boy too for a while. Like it wasn't like he wasn't no battle boy either. Like,
but he a white boy that battle. So
it was
it's
a
like
gimmick,
but
but
it
he
was
was
good,
actually
though.
all right.
how many black dudes that's like that like that, niggas expect that shit from us, right? To come out and be crazy, right? We don't expect the white boy to be out to come out and be crazy. Or he gonna stick the fuck out.
cause I asked that I'm actually real heavy in the battle rap. Right, I watch it all the time.
Yeah.
He really do.
Like, that's my shit. So
He
like,
really does.
yeah, I'll be going to the events and everything. But I'm saying like it's white boys who can really like they do this, like they really do this shit. That's what they do.
But is it a lot of them?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of underground white guys that's really
I don't
good.
know. I'm just
Yeah.
asking.
Well, like yeah.
When you hear them, they stick out. But all right, if you compare them to like the nicest black dude, right?
It's gonna be a difference. I
Yeah,
mean,
you know what I'm saying? You gonna be like, yo, you nice for a white dude, right? Because you like, I don't know what it is. Like if you got a nigga from the suburbs that's nice with it, he ain't gotta be black or white, he could be whatever, right? And then you got a nigga from the streets, right? That you know in the city, and you be like, yo, he's the nigga. And then you compare him to the suburban. You nice for a suburban boy.
Because what happens is 9 times out of 10 they're a little orthodox, so they be hard to beat because they be so unorthodox. Like you ain't gonna talk about street shit with them because they're not street. So like I mean, there's no real direct approach for this white boy because you don't know what you're gonna say to him. Like okay, he's white, cool. You're gonna talk about culture shit, all right. But then what? That's it.
And then we boxed in by we be boxed in with our content. Like
Right.
it's only but so much. Like everybody. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we all doing the same shit. Like you can't. There's only but so much you could do.
So that's what Melly Mel was talking about recently, because I think Eminem is like number 4 on the top,
50 list.
4 or 5, one of them, probably 5.
What?
He up there.
He
He like
was
in the
number
top. He like in the
4 or
top 3, I think.
Yeah.
He like in the top 3.
Who made this list?
It was like Jay.
Billboards.
Yeah,
Who?
Billboard.
Oh, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The white folks?
So Melly Mel,
Yeah, they don't get.
who
that.
created White Lines, the message was like, man, he getting all this because he was white. And then there you got Fat Joe, Pat Poose, and all of them defending him, saying, no, Eminem, he earned that spot. But Melly Mel he explained it like, listen, when somebody is great, normally the whole game changes when somebody's great. Like when Rakim started rapping, everyone had to figure out how to rhyme different. Almost like how you saying.
Yeah.
The syllables things. When Eminem did music, he didn't change anything. The whole game didn't change for Eminem. He was just good. That's basically what he was saying.
All right. So, but you had multiple white. This is what made Eminem special. He deserved to be on that list. I don't know
Not
if
no 5.
I don't-
They got
yeah.
Nicki Minaj number 10 and
Yeah,
Rock.
but that's what we do. So it's like it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not expected for us to be high on the list, right? Like
Who was
But-
number 1 on the list?
Jay.
Jay-Z.
Oh, okay.
That's not okay.
I'm just saying, okay.
like you got like.
You tripping?
All right, let's go back in history, right? You got Eminem. Who be for Eminem? MC Search.
White people?
No.
Vanilla Ice.
Before
Vanilla
Eminem,
Ice, like
Everlast.
Ever,
Milkbone was hot.
So no.
but they didn't do it. They didn't do it to where they could be like they couldn't. Bubba Sparks, like they couldn't do it to where they could compete with us.
But actually, so I didn't know watching Math, MC Search. I didn't know he was a battle boy also, and they respected him. A lot of black dudes like
Search was
they
all right.
love Search. I didn't know that though. Like until you look at like damn, like he was really
Yeah.
a boy third piece.
Yeah, but when you like battle back in the 80s,
It's a little different. I mean, I know it's a little different.
like
but
you
I
know
don't
what I'm saying? Battle in the 80s is like you coming up, you rhyme, you done wrote your rap. Like it's way different than what it is like now. So it's like
for sure.
you was just nice. You nice for a Jewish boy that's popping up at Latin quarters. Like you nice, right? Like, oh, I fuck with you. You got style. You know, like you got the. It's like when you was in school, you had the cool white boy that probably like rock the Jordans or something or dress. You know what I'm saying? I got his hair cut the way we would get our
Got
hair
a shape
cut.
up.
Got some black Jones.
Yeah, so you know,
Yeah.
nigga, you honorary nigga, my nigga. Like, come on over here, right? You embrace it. So you was nice for what you're doing compared to your peers.
Right.
Now, when I compare you to, you know, your shape up to my nigga shape up that really do this, right? Like you gotta compete on that level. Like nigga, we all get nice shape ups and we all throw that shit on. If you can compete on our level, then we can put you on that list, right? Like, and that's what happened with M. Like M could compete on that level where all the other like, you know, white artists couldn't compete. Everlast couldn't compete on that level. Snow and
Everlast.
Everlast was hot. I used to listen to Everlast.
Like I don't even know ever. Like I've heard the name, but I don't even know who it is.
What's one
you don't
song
really
that
wa-
Everlast did? I don't know it.
What's it like? Is that the song?
Yeah, what's his like?
Get the hell out.
Banger.
No,
That's
how
why
does
you
it
know
go?
it. That's
How does it
exactly
go?
why you
Bro,
know
I
it.
know music. That's what I'm saying.
Well, Logic
Yeah,
Black.
great music.
Wait. What
Logic
was
mix.
what's one of Everlast songs?
I just said.
He just said
Oh,
it.
I didn't hear you.
It's
What it's like.
What it's like.
How
Well,
does it
I'm
go?
trying to tell you, listen to it.
Like,
It's horrible. It's not even rap. It's freaking singing.
So none of y'all bang with Vanilla Ice?
Nobody bangs with House of Pain.
Nobody bangs with Vanilla Ice.
nah,
I
he
love
wasn't.
I love him in Vanilla Ice.
They not
I feel-
making a list. Vanilla Ice definitely not making a list.
He's
Like,
not making a list, but y'all definitely was.
He had 2 songs.
I had.
He had.
He had two? I don't
he had
remember
more than
one.
two.
He had 2 songs.
Come on, y'all.
Listen, I had the album. Like, don't like.
But the list not
Him and
based on
Hammer?
him making songs. The list is based on them being rappers.
Impact.
Well, yeah, Impact.
Rap like.
Well, did Slim Shady have an impact?
He's one of the
Obviously he
biggest
did.
He
selling.
didn't.
He's one
No,
of the-
he didn't change. That's what Melly Mel was trying to say. He didn't change anything.
Obviously, he did.
He did not.
He made it. He made it possible for.
All right,
white
so who
men
else
to
was on the
rap.
list? Because we could pull.
Ain't no successful white rapper come after no.
We gotta
no.
pull this list up because we gotta pull some other people off of there that didn't make it. Because I'm sure there's some people on there that didn't make an impact. Like
A lot of them
What,
niggas
Ja
think
Rule didn't make that list. Do y'all think Ja Rule
He
made
was
it?
pissed.
Yeah, Ja Rule
Ja-
definitely should be on there.
Ja birthed 50 Cent.
But he wasn't on that
Style.
list.
You think so?
The style. What did 50 come back? Like 50 came in. 21 questions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you took what Ja, like the shit that you clowned Ja for, you came in and did.
Yeah,
Oh, the little singing shit.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that whole album. That album was a
no.
classic.
If you listen to Ja got
Bangers.
classic.
It ain't too many catalogs.
Wait, this is Billboard's top 50 rappers? I'm about to look it up.
It was the top 10, right?
Top 50.
Top 50? Yeah.
Yeah, Ja Rule got some smashers.
Yeah, is it what let's go to that time period. Like whose catalog from that time period?
Ja Rule was like 2002, 2020. I mean 2000 to 2002. Because 50 came out in 2003.
Ain't nobody catalog from that time.
Yeah,
Like if there was a part, like if there was a show, I wouldn't want to and I had to perform behind that nigga, and even if I came,
Yeah,
up in it, I
Ludacris
don't wanna
around that
perform
time.
it.
Yeah, Ludacris around that time.
yeah.
It was getting goofy.
I think he
Early
was,
2000s kind
Yeah,
of.
you're not going after him or DMX.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go after Ja Rule.
Yeah, you don't want to go after Ja Rule. He got.
But that's
He
what
got-
Jay said about DMX. Jay said he was nervous about going after DMX because DMX had that shit rolling so bad.
I think
Damn.
DMX like had his sound when he first came out was unlike anything we ever heard. Like, and I can still remember listening to "It's Dark and Hell Is Hot," like it was yesterday. Like I remember when I heard the first joint and everything.
I ain't never seen like when we would go anywhere. You had grown men.
Doing the dog joint.
Listen, these niggas just wanted to be down. Like
Stop.
niggas just wanted. Niggas would do anything. Niggas would do anything for a t-shirt, a bandana. Chicks would do anything for a t-shirt and a band. I never seen no shit like it.
For X.
For X or anybody that was with him.
There's Entourage.
Like if you was like attached to this shit, like you know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. Like the impact was just crazy, but it all stemmed from him. The shows, like when X said when Jay said, yo, the nigga come out, the shit be all dark, the music going doom doom doom, and the nigga start barking and shit, and that shit go crazy, like crazy.
I went to the one show with the Cash Money joint. It was here.
Oh, here in Philly, yeah.
Nigga. That
Crazy.
was crazy, yo. That Cash Money Rough Riders tour, yo. Crazy, yo.
All right, here's Billboard's. I got the top 10 for y'all. Let's start with number 10, Nicki Minaj.
Trash.
She's not trash.
Nah,
I don't think she
not
belong
top
at 10.
nothing.
Top
She not
10?
top
This is
But
the,
when
I'm
she
just
should be
doing
in
the
top
10.
She should be in top 5.
She should be tough.
I'm gonna say for this list.
All right, so
All right,
number.
yes.
All right,
Not
10,
my top 5 of rappers.
Yeah, I got you.
10 Nicki Minaj, 9 Snoop Dogg, 8 Drake, 7 Lil Wayne, 6 Biggie, 5
Drake.
5 Eminem, 4 Tupac, 3 Nas, 2 Kendrick, and 1
Kendrick.
They keep putting Kendrick up there. I mean,
Why?
Time out.
He is good.
We can't even discuss
He's
this
not
list.
great.
This list is all types of fucked up. Like you got Nas at what was Nas at?
3.
You got
That's-
Nas at number 3 under Kendrick, right? So everybody on here, even Jay-Z himself said, "Yo, when Nas dropped, we was like, oh shit, it's over."
No, you mean 50.
No,
You said about Nas too?
Jay-Z said that.
About Nas
Like,
or
when
50?
No, Nas said. I mean, Jay-Z said it about Nas.
All right.
He said, "Yo, before my album dropped, when Nas dropped in 92,
Yeah.
he said, yo, we was like, oh shit, it's over, right? So he influenced everybody that came out. Jay came after him, like everybody came after him. So it's like, how you gonna put that nigga at number three under Kendrick? So even if you put Jay-Z as number one, because Jay-Z has been a little bit more consistent, right? But how you put him under, like Kendrick got what, 3 albums, commercial success, right? But if I say, yo, give me a verse off the Pimp a Butterfly, give me a 16.
Can't.
I could dig rapping. I just listen to album.
That's the hook, right? Give me one off Mad Kid. I mean, Good Kid, Bad City. Mad City, I mean.
That's the swimming pools, John.
You gonna give me the hook?
I don't know none of Kendrick's lyrics.
Well, that's what
they too intricate.
Give me a joint off of Damn. Give me a joint off.
Oh, I know that. Well, it's the hook.
So you gonna go to the hooks, right? So, but that we talking about the best rappers.
Yeah.
Rappers don't give a fuck about the hooks. That's for the song, like, you know what I'm saying? Ask me to give you something off a J album, off a Reasonable Doubt. I could drop that shit right off the top.
album.
You want what you want? You want 22 twos? You want the evils? Like, what is it that you want?
I think more people can. I think more people can recite Biggie and Tupac versus than.
What up, kid? You know shit is rough doing your bit, right? Like, I don't got to think about that shit. Like, that album was that impactful. Like, you know what I'm saying? One Love, right? Like, I could go through that joint, shit with him and AZ. Life's a bit like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could go through that shit. Like,
What happened to AZ?
I don't know. I was just petitioning them niggas for album. I mean, I was on Instagram. I had a whole Instagram like joint where I'm like, yo, y'all niggas owe
He
us
got
album.
sneakers. Yeah, can support his sneakers. He got sneakers under Patrick Unions.
No.
He got AZ editions.
They
And-
had a show with the last show they was at. He came out with a show.
No.
Tupac number 4, man. Like Tupac.
They disrespect it. They
Well,
only
how
do.
you-
They
He's
only
the
do
most
that.
impactful like art. Like, who's more impactful than Tupac? This nigga been
Kanye.
dead for
Kanye literally should be like number 2. No, that's like ridiculous. It should be like Tupac and Kanye.
rapper though.
Yeah, rapper. Like you can everybody can recite Kanye. He's the
Yeah, but
most
when
influential
we were
rapper.
reciting Kanye, we were reciting Kid Cudi, we were reciting Consequence, we were reciting.
Oh, so you're not talking about Ghostwriters?
Like, I'm talking about like, they're
who
like
wrote
right. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pac wrote his shit, Jay wrote his shit,
It's
Nas
obvious
wrote
Pac
his
wrote
shit.
his stuff because it was trash.
This guy.
You know what
he
I'm
should
saying?
have got a
Look,
ghostwriter.
like-
What do y'all think about Lil Wayne? He number 7. Y'all think
Lil
he-
Wayne should be like probably number 3 because
I
he
think
literally
so,
changed
too.
the whole landscape. Every rapper now is Lil Wayne, Including Drake.
Yeah, like
Excuse me.
including Drake.
Drake
Excuse
ain't
me?
Drake
Lil Wayne.
perfected that shit. I don't know.
Ex-
Drake, like,
exactly, but
Drake-
he came from
Drake
perfected
Little
everybody.
Uzi. Little Uzi Vert is like Lil Wayne on steroids. 2023,
Lil
like
Uzi Vert wish he had.
He's a rock
See,
star.
this list, like, I feel like when they do lists like this, you gotta go by like era,
For sure.
right? Like, so to put Jay-Z and Nas in a space for like a Kendrick Lamar or Lil Wayne is kind of unfair to both sides because it's like y'all niggas is in 2 different eras. Like Wayne, you probably like the Jay-Z or the Nas of your era. You know, when you take him and Drake,
Yeah.
you know, like that's your position. Like, all right, who was in Jay-Z and Nas class? Big, Busta, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, them niggas got to be compared to what's the top 10 for that? Because there was a lot of niggas like that was out at that time. What's the top 10 for that era? Like, what's the top 10 for the the next wave? What's the top 10 for the wave after that? Like, we can't put all that shit in one wave.
Y'all,
It's impossible.
Y'all don't think Busta a great rapper? Lyrically?
No, Busta nice.
yeah, what's
I think he is.
Busta is one of the greatest fucking performers. I remember seeing Busta at like Powerhouse in like
Yes,
fucking 97.
Yeah,
You remember that shit?
I went there. Yeah, I was
Yo,
there.
him and Spliff?
Biggie was there.
Remember them niggas stood in the middle? Jay and them was there too. Remember that nigga stood in the middle of the, him and them niggas stood in the middle of the stage, and I swear, like, I've never seen this shit before. That nigga Spliff was catching every word that Busta didn't catch. The shit was like perfect.
And Busta rap fast as hell.
Like, but the shit is like, I'm like, yo, y'all niggas practicing this shit? Like, listen, best stage show ever.
Y'all giving Snoop number 9?
Snoop should be lower
Lion?
too. Snoop should be
See,
like
Snoop-
he should at least be like number 5.
Snoop, if you did the top 10 out, like based on the era shit I was talking about, right? Like Snoop he would be in the top
5.
Yeah, easy because he in like
what was that 93? No, 94.
93, 94.
93. Doggy Style was
Well,
93.
But he was the Chronic.
Chronic.
So you got to go. What was that? 92.
92.
Yeah. So like he was influential in like outside of NWA and all that, like really stamping the West. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to put him in the top 5. Just on the strength of that, right? But you can't put him like having him and Kendrick in the Kendrick and him shouldn't even be in the same list.
Facts.
Right.
Like you have no Kendrick without
Snoop.
Like it's impossible. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's what I'm saying. And see, like I said, for me, I'm a lyrical guy. Like I like lyrics. I like bars. I like double entendres. I like all that shit. That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to lyrics, I'll be on a whole different playing field because everybody ain't got that.
Yo,
A lot of people ain't got that shit, yo.
For the longest, bro, like I ain't know what the fuck Wayne was talking about. Like when we in it at the same time, so like you know what I'm saying? You talking like the whole Rough Rider Cash when he saw it, like I'm there, we in it, right? And I'm in there in the mix at this time. So like when Wayne started to really like pop, I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like niggas be doing with like Frank Ocean, like yo, what the fuck is he talking about? I don't know what the fuck he's saying. But in hindsight, like I get it now, because we were straight on like the shit that you can understand, right? Like the way he was structuring the shit and the shit he was saying, I'm like, like that dumb shit nigga used to, like it's dumb to me, right? They said something about the floor basement or something, like, you know what I'm saying, like that type shit. I'm like, yo, how the fuck is they saying that? Like why does niggas think that's dope? Like, but in hindsight it makes sense. Like that shit worked. Like, you know what I mean? So he great for just being able to, you know what I'm saying, shift the game and do the shit the way he wanted. He got everybody with locks. He got everybody with fucking tattoos on their face. Like, you get your little pumps and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that's a little something came from that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then you got Drake that came behind him that just dominated the last, 10 years.
Let him tell it.
So real fast, go around the room, man behind the mic. Who your favorite rapper today?
Black Thought still.
Pico, Smith,
Drake.
Sean.
I gotta pick one person.
One person.
Shit.
Come back to you, Mr. Banks.
Come back.
We already know he's Drake.
Y'all got 2 Drake lovers in here.
I mean,
It might be 3 right now because
Drizzy and Fad for me though. Drizzy and Fad for me all day long. Yeah.
No, one or the other. One.
the great best. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm going. If I gotta.
I like Drake. I just like Drake music.
Drake.
Come on, man. This is.
No,
I like Drake music.
No,
Like, I
listen,
can't.
Drake can give you whatever you need at the time. Like
He hate Drake for some reason.
He don't give you anything.
Yes,
you
he
need.
does. Yes, he does.
He
He
hate Drake.
doesn't,
You
man.
don't get nothing from Drake.
Nothing.
I don't listen to this guy. Like,
That's
I
why
don't-
he
Yeah,
hate.
he like my son. My son fucking hate Drake. He be like,
DMX didn't like him either. No matter what he said later.
that nigga turned around to the song. What these bitches want from a nigga on some DMX shit. You know what I'm saying? I group text my exes. Like he came right after that. After X dissed him, he went and did that. Like,
Yeah,
that nigga's savage.
X was being truthful. Like, I hate this nigga voice. I don't like the way he look.
I
That's
think what he
greatness, though.
did.
That's greatness.
See, but he did something that like we wouldn't be able to do, right? Like we couldn't go in. When I say we, like just talking about like if you just black from the inner city, right? Like if I get in there and I get to talking about how the girl broke my heart and shit, and like niggas not gonna accept that. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga was able to pull that shit off. Like be emo, right? This nigga introduced emo rap, right? Like and niggas and is accepted. Like you know what I'm saying?
But he don't miss. Like he literally
don't.
He don't miss.
Listen, it took me 2 weeks to play that. Honestly, what's the joke called?
Honestly,
Honestly,
never
never mind.
Listen, I'm like, no, this is some bullshit right here. Like, this is some bullshit.
I told you from day one that joint was
I said
fire.
I did too.
bullshit.
I was like,
I'm
no,
like,
this
no,
is
I ain't
fire.
for John. That next week, I'm like, hold up.
Yeah, that's how I get you.
Hold up.
That's how I get you.
Then I'm like, this shit rolling.
Yo, he
Yeah.
don't like when you go back to his catalog. He ain't missed yet, and it's like it's hard as an artist. It is hard to put record after record after record after record where it's just flames. Like it's
That longevity.
longevity.
He over there
He
pissed.
know.
Yo, go back to Take Care when a nigga dropped karaoke.
Yeah, it don't matter where you go back to.
The beat trash. The beat
but he
trash.
kill it. But he kill it.
But he killing that shit, and the nigga singing, and then but like the shit he talking,
right?
That shit hit, man. Like if you ever had girl problems, if you ever had like
all he got is girl problems.
No, but
it's like he don't talk about anything else, yo.
But he,
I feel like he does. I feel like he has.
But you gotta understand. You gotta listen to. You gotta listen to, from when he started to where he is now, the maturation of how he's become just a prolific artist. Even if he's not writing any of his, but let's say he don't write none of his material, he don't make none of his beats. He still has an ear that's good enough to know, yo, this is a banger. I'ma rap over this beat. I'ma rap these lyrics, and he put it together every time where he don't miss.
No,
That's
care,
hard, bro.
Take Care, fucking classic.
It's a class. Everything is a damn classic.
Top to bottom, no questions. Like you can't. Like there's no debating that. Like
hey, my man over there. Facts.
What's the shit after that?
Hey,
with the clouds?
I really just
facts.
When he in the clouds. Nothing was the same.
Did you want pound cake on it?
Yeah, with pound cake. Yeah. Fucking classic.
I forgot what that.
The shit with Madonna. What's the other? If you
Richard, what is it?
If
Richard
you're listening
Madonna?
to this,
If you listening to this is too late.
It's too late. It's too late. Yeah.
If you're reading,
If you're reading this, it's too late, right? Yeah. Like that joint, right? There's a couple questions, but he was experimenting at the time, right? That's when the whole Quentin shit come in. But something like Madonna, like give me the whole fucking record, bro. Like you gave me that, you know what I'm saying? That one joint, that shit was nice. Right after that, what he drop at? The only album that I didn't fuck with was the shit with him and Future. I could have did without.
What's the name of that album?
I can't even tell.
Trash.
Diamonds, some shit like I don't know. It was like
yeah.
I just remember having diamonds on it, like. But
I don't think I heard that.
Then like
Life's Good. I like Life's Good. Is that on the album? Him and Future.
Yeah, Future should be up there though. I think Future is actually more influential than Drake.
For sleeping with a bunch of Johns.
No,
for being toxic.
Just for he is more
toxic.
influential than Drake. His style of music is more influential than Drake.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. So let me. Who was I feel like Drake made it possible for an artist like Future to even exist. Like Drake and Kanye made it possible for a Drake.
I think Future was out before Drake.
Who?
I think Future was out before Drake.
Was he?
No,
it don't matter.
Nah, Kanye.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Because his style was basically
the Nokia was out before the
Tony
iPhone.
Montana wasn't out first.
2007.
That's not how that
was
works.
2007.
I thought Drake was 2010.
I don't think anybody really knew
11.
Future before.
It don't matter. It don't matter who came out first.
Well, if we talking about influence, Drake definitely influenced more people
Far
than
Gone
Drake.
came out in 2009.
What's that, Drake, right?
Yeah, but he was on. So you had We the Best and all that shit was like 2008.
Yeah, like but
2008, 2000. But he was already hitting the mixtape shit like 2007. So like I'm in the mix at this time. So it's like, yo, you gotta hear this kid from Connecticut. Who the fuck is this kid? Like you see the picture, it's like, oh, this nigga rapping like that. Like the nigga was bringing it. But this one, Wayne had a whole fucking stable of like.
Yeah. And he was on Degrassi. He was coming from being on a show. In a wheelchair as a handicapped boy in a wheelchair, and now he rapping.
His impact, like, so you had, but Kanye was already the nigga. So you had a nigga like Kanye that start singing on records that made it possible for a nigga like Drake to come behind and do it, and then you get a nigga like Future.
So that's what Melly Mel was trying to say. I take his words as valuable words because he's like the actual first legitimate rapper.
Them niggas be hating, bro.
Yeah, them niggas be mad because they just like the old basketball players be mad at the new niggas for making millions of dollars.
Like I was making $100 a game. Like y'all making $100
million a game. And they was calling me nigga on the court. Like nigga, nah, nobody cares. Old man, get the hell out of here.
Not like
what you say don't matter.
You don't got no respect.
Niggas be wanting them to reach back. Like I can't reach back to like a Melly Mel and do a record. Like it's like it would have to be the message.
So
like I would have to use the message. I can't use.
Can you imagine Melly Mel trying to get on a rap album right now?
The reason it's so disrespectful because people literally don't care about where things came from. If
they ain't
evolution.
Care about that's the bullshit, right? So like we ain't care like James Brown and them niggas was like, yo, stop sampling my fucking music.
No, we gonna keep.
Did he say that? I didn't know.
All them niggas, like any artist in the like,
oh yeah,
especially if he was getting raped. like most of those artists that, you know what I'm saying, like they wasn't getting money.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, and those that did own their music in the 80s, like all of, the message was sampled. Like all those records was sampled. You wasn't really paying a respect to the niggas that came before you, right? All them funk bands and them like.
But they wasn't in the same genre. Yeah, I mean
they artists, like they artists, they musicians, like they technically they doing the same thing that you doing. They write music, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta. I feel like you gotta respect, you know what I'm saying? Respect it all around. So you can't pick and choose, when to be, a stand up nigga. Like it's like, yo, if you, all right, if this is your position, it should have been your position. You know what I'm saying? At that time, like when it. Because there's always somebody before us. You know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be somebody before us.
Y'all know who my favorite rapper is?
Who's that?
Chingy.
Yo, I met that nigga before.
I'm just kidding.
And on that
He's
note,
not even a bad rapper, though.
But that song, every time you try to leave something, keep pulling back, that's my song.
He's not a bad rapper. He really can rap. It's just that nobody want to believe it.
Yeah, and on that
Chingy's
note,
a cool boy, man.
On that note, there you have it. She didn't segue right to the end of the show.
I did.
Good job.
You just close it up.
Good job,
Chingy,
Simone.
Every time you try to leave something, keep pulling me back.
See you next week. Right.
All right, okay. Pico, you got any final thoughts for this week?
I got no notes for tonight. Thank y'all for
That's the
coming.
first.
God bless you. Good night.
No, I got some notes.
Go ahead.
I took some from what Sean was saying when we first got on about, always be business minded, think about your wealth, your legacy for your future, and don't ever let nobody take nothing from you.
Don't let nobody play with your name. When I said that shit,
I said don't let nobody take nothing from you.
No, listen. When I said it was
Yeah, for sure.
What you mean?
No, we were saying
My man.
you can't let everything affect you, though.
Don't let people play with your name, my man.
We can't respond to everything.
Right.
But the shit because some shit just going like, when people know you, right? Like, all right, like, how many years have I known you for now? It's 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't completely know her, but if somebody came and say, hey, she did this, I got some idea and not if that's her or not, right? Like,
Right.
Like, I'm saying, yeah.
That
don't sound like something she would do, right? Like, but if I hear some shit that I know she would possibly do, I'm going to be like, hey, you know what? She did that shit, right? Like, so, some things we got to defend and some shit we don't really got to defend.
Exactly.
Like,
And you told me that, actually, Pico.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we had a.
Because
Yeah,
he be speaking
you
out his
definitely
ass
did.
so much. His ass be speaking half the time.
I think so because he definitely told me that he was like, you don't have to address everything. You know who you are. You know your character. Da 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 da. These was words that came out your mouth.
That means what's coming out my butt is more prolific than stuff that's coming out of people's mouths. I appreciate you for saying that.
Well, I was listening to you though, so I'm saying, although I know my name is my name, and somebody might lie on my name, I know who I am. I ain't got to defend it every time.
Amen. Praise
That's
the
what
Lord.
I'm saying when you say your name is your name.
Take
You
us
always
home.
got to defend. You don't always.
Take
you
us
know who
home.
you are. Take it home, Jerome. You know who you are. You can stand
I
on
just
who
wrote
you
some shit
are.
on Facebook not Facebook, on Instagram. My phone died though, where I was like, you just gotta again let be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like time gonna tell everything,
Facts.
right? Like you say, oh, that nigga a thief, right? Time gonna tell you because it's like if I stole from you and I'm a thief, I'm gonna probably do it again, like
Right.
you know what I'm saying, like or you're gonna end up stealing, like you know what I'm saying. It's gonna show who's who, man. So
And I ain't no thief.
yeah.
All right. Real quick, Sean, where can people reach you?
Yes.
Instagram.
So I'm gonna give y'all my direct phone number. No, I'm not giving my direct phone number. Call me. Nah, so I'm on Instagram at Sean Lassiter. That's SeanLassiter. I got 2 pages. So one is Sean Lassiter, and then the other one is Sean Lassiter Photography. You can follow both. One I just post, some personal shit on. Another one is just strictly photography. SeanLassiter.com. I give you the studio number, but I don't know if you need it because, probably not going to pick up. You could just hit the contact form. But 484-843-1095 is the studio. I'm around, man. Tap in. I'm open to working, with...
Adult photographer.
Right, so y'all need
with
those
people.
pictures.
Yeah. Photography, video, like venturing out.
Not nudes.
Video.
Regular, real pictures.
We do news too. We don't, we do the creative shit too. Like,
Boudoir.
Hey, we don't discriminate.
yeah, like you got. Listen, I get that shit too. Like I get the news. I get. I just don't like. some people just go for that shit. Like that's the shit that they go for. I want to
Right.
shoot. I work with everyday people. I work with artists. Like I ain't walking around like, hey, I'm the celebrity photographer. It's like, nah, nigga, I just like people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, if you need me to be the light boy holding the light on
during
the
the new joint.
Yeah, during the new
Man,
joint.
the
Hit
new
my
joints
jack,
be like
bro.
when you go to, if you're a gynecologist, man, you ain't even paying attention to that shit.
That's why I'm saying you could be in your professional bag and I can be in my scum bag.
Yeah.
On that note,
Take all the pressure off you, my boy.
They gonna be like, yo, that nigga got this nigga in there. That nigga was just staring at me like,
holding the light over my vagina.
Just give me the
Yes,
light.
sir.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't
y'all
see.
are hilarious. Thank you, Sean, for coming out and joining us today. We
hey,
really
thank
do
you for
appreciate
having me,
you.
man. I appreciate it.
The door is always open for you, my man. You can come through, holler at us anytime you want. So people in the chat, his information is right there. Simone did put it up.
Follow me, man. I'm trying to get my followers up.
So, with that being said, of course, myself, Certified Lover Banks, Pico Smith,
Smith, it is.
the lovely Simone. We always produced by the legendary Tuna Fish and Crackers Productions.
Brrrah.
We're going to thank Sean Lassiter for coming out with us tonight. You know our slogan, pimps up, simps down, but we're always gentlemen.
And a lady.
See y'all next week.
Bye-bye.
Bring some to light. Oh, yeah. I feel my way, so cut off the lights. Rough sex, like who wanna fight? Let's bring the snuff in the life. Oh, yeah. Club on the lover, said this how you make a living. All this bodega tripping, fuck it, we can't take you with us. Every time I stand up, the motherfucking room just spinning. But I promise my niggas tonight we gon' make it lit. I've been smoking that good shit. I know you a diva, but tonight I need hoodness. Go a couple rounds with me deep in your goodness. Leaving my Tim's on, we fuck on some hood shit. And I remember you saying that your ex back. I don't even stress that, baby, I can't last that. See you read my text, I'm just waiting for the text back. I could bend your legs back, let a nigga blast that. I think it's gon' be one of them nights. Drunk texting, hoping you slide. If you come and